from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, 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 finally. I always stay dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Higher to a bird, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, 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 finally. Said you needed space, said you needed more time to think, so you went away. But you still would stay in my dream. Now you're back for more. Why you in my reality? My head closed the door, even though my heart just won't leave. That was then, can't go back. Hurt so bad, had to block out the memory. If we try again, start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. 50-11 days, 50-11 days, 50-11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find
It's a time to start our week on a very high energetic note. Good morning, Mzansi. I hope that you guys are feeling good on this beautiful Monday morning where we kickstart this day, not only day, but this week on a very high energetic note. We hope that you guys are going to be with us throughout as so much is in store, because today there's so much that we need to discuss and how the show, is going to be formed in today's day. All you need to do is to be with us and connect with us throughout our social social media platforms. Hence, you're asking yourself, what is it that we're going to be talking about, and what is it that we're going to be touching? Because I know that so much happened in the week, and of course, those are the conversations that we are going to have. So, in order for you to connect with us, all you need to do is to go through our social media platforms. We are Vooka Breakfast Show, and the hashtag to use is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. If you want to dial us in or send us your voice note, the number to do that at 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. You're asking yourself when I began that what is it that you said that is so much you're going to talk about? Today we're going to be discussing 9 to 5, the future behind 9 to 5. Who is it for? Is it working out? And where is it leading so many people? Because we know that so many things have changed. The dynamics of the working spaces have changed in today's day and world, especially in 2019, around 2019 and 2020. We saw COVID shifting when people had to work at home. So those are the discussions and the discussion that we're going to have right here on the show. So all you need to do is to stay with us. Let us know what you think. What are your sentiments? And for you, this whole thing, what does it mean, especially for young people? South Africa is of course facing this heavy unemployment rate, which is standing right now at 62.5%. So in terms of the views, in terms of where we are going with this whole political landscape, where is the country going? Don't worry, there is so much that we're going to unpack with you. All you need to do is to stay with us as we're going to have those conversations. And my name is Moketi Maimane, and I'm happy to be with you on this beautiful Monday morning. With that being said, you know that we start the show with what you call picture of the day. You're seeing pictures behind me and you're asking yourself, where is that place and where can we go to visit the place? So the place behind me is called the Blyde River, or the Motlatsi River. The Blyde River, officially known as the Motlatsi River, is a large scenic waterway flowing through Mpumalanga and Limpopo provinces in South Africa. It carves its way northward through the dramatic cliffs of the ravines of Mpumalanga, Drakensberg, before joining the Olifants River. The river is famed for shaping the Blyde River Canyon, one of the largest and greenest canyons on earth, covered in subtropical vegetation and forming part of the panorama route. Its name, Blyde, meaning glad in Afrikaans, contrasts with its alternate name, Motlatsi, meaning a permanent river, in local languages, reflecting both emotional and ecological significance. I hope that was helpful for you to go and check out the place. As you're seeing these beautiful pictures behind me, you know that South Africa has to offer beautiful, scenic and adventurous places that we can visit together with our friends and families. So all you need to do is to go there, or you can search for more information by just googling the name Blyde River or the Motlatsi River. The information in terms of the activities that they offer, it will pop out and you'll get to enjoy what the place has to offer. So that's all for our picture of the day. And you know that we always bring you the engagements that are very important, because on this Monday we're all about motivating and bringing people who are making moves in our communities, which is movers and shakers. So today we will be connecting and sitting down with Sizakele Mboshane, the power in motion voice that shifts the culture. Sizakele is the visionary co-founder and chairperson of the Saint Mboshane Foundation, a registered non-profit organization committed to uplifting communities through education, empowerment and compassionate outreach. With a deep-rooted belief in the power of collective action, Sizakele has helped shape the foundation into a dynamic force for change, bridging gaps in access, opportunity and dignity. And I know that this is what we want to see in our communities, in which people are bringing a change, the change that we've always been aiming for. So she is going to be with us here, connecting and knowing much more what she has in us in store in terms of future references and how to solve the existing community problems. So all you need to do, stay with us. If you want to ask her questions, you can just post or write down your comments on your questions on the comment section, or send your voice note or call us in while she is with us in the studio by using the number 060-493-3226. So I hope that you guys are ready for that and that positive note that we're going to have. For now, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll give you all your latest news, sports, and the traffic headlines. So don't switch the dial.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellappeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellappeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Hope that was helpful for you to get to the Blood River, which is the Motlatse River, using the following information that has just been shared with you on the screen. So with that being said, you know that we always keep you updated with your latest news headline. So let us take you through what is going on, of course, in and all around in our country when it happens to our news headline. So on the first one, Gauteng Premier condemns vandalism ahead of the G20 summit. Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi condemned recent vandalism of the G20 infrastructure in Johannesburg and Nasrec ahead of the upcoming summit. Armed assailants reportedly damaged signage and street lights. City officials launched a clean-up operation relocating homeless individuals and enforcing bylaws, though some displaced people voiced concerns over lack of shelter alternatives. Mayor Dada Morero affirmed the city's readiness, while DA's Belinda Kaiser criticized the efforts as the superficial, neglectful of residents' needs. On the next headline, Santaco backs call for task force to tackle the taxi killings. Alexandra taxi boss Molefe Moekeleti was shot dead in Marlborough, prompting calls for a dedicated task team to investigate taxi-related killings. His death follows that of Tami Moyo, also believed to be a victim of taxi violence. At Moekeleti's funeral, MMC Kenny Kunene urged President Ramaphosa to form a specialized unit similar to the political killings task team. Crime activist Yusuf Abramji and Santaco's William Nisi supported the call, citing over 59 taxi-related deaths in Gauteng. Moekeleti was praised for his role in advancing public transport through the Alexander Bus Company. On the next headline, police rescue 3 women in suspected human trafficking ring. 3 women from Botswana aged 20 to 23 were rescued at OR Tambo International Airport after being lured with false job promises in Sierra Leone. Interpol and South African police intervened following a tip-off from the Botswana High Commission. The case highlights the ongoing threat of human trafficking and the importance of cross-border cooperation, public awareness and vigilance in combating such crimes. Now heading over to your last headline, Meiwa rapper Alibai's late disclosures raises questions. Muzi Sibiya, accused in the Senzo Meiwa murder trial, claims he was in KwaZulu-Natal during the 2014 killing. He alleges police coerced his confession and fabricated the evidence. However, the state argues his statement aligns with others and presents evidence suggesting he was in Vosloorus at the time. Legal experts highlight that Sibiya's credibility is central to the case, with his alibi now under serious investigation. That's all for your news headline. And now heading over to your sports news, starting off with football news. Pirates march on to yet another cup final. Orlando Pirates edged Richards Bay 1-0 in the Carling knockout semi-final at Moses Mabhida Stadium on the 8th of November. Tshepo Moremi scored the decisive goal in the 42nd minute, securing Pirates' second final in 3 months after their MTN 8 triumph. The Soweto Giants dominated the match, creating multiple chances, while Richards Bay struggled offensively and missed a key opportunity early in the second half. Now heading over to your rugby news, a Springbok win in Paris despite the Jaga red card. South Africa defeated France in a tense test match, gaining momentum after Louis Bailey Berry yellow card and securing victory with tries from Williams, Feinberg, Mngomezulu. France led 14-13 at halftime, with Damien Pinard becoming their all-time leading try scorer. Springbok lock Lud the Jagger was sent off for high tackle, but the team rallied, inspired by the captain Siya Kolisi's 100th cap. Earlier, Italy beat Australia 26-19 in Udine, marking their second consecutive win over the Wallabies. Heading over to your football news, Hlongwane advances in the MLS playoffs. Bongobuhle Hlongwane scored a crucial penalty as Minnesota United beat Seattle Sounders 7-6 in a shootout after a 3-3 draw in the third MLS playoff match. Despite 80 setbacks and a red card, Minnesota staged a comeback and advanced to the conference semi-finals. Hlongwane, who has played both forward and right back this season, was named in South Africa's preliminary squad for the Zambia friendly but left out for the final selection. Now, on your last headline, Bundesliga, Bayern Munich drops points for the first time and Bayer Leverkusen win bigger. Bayern Munich drew 2-2 with Union Berlin after twice coming from behind with goals from Luis Diaz and Harry Kane. Bayer Leverkusen crashed Heidenheim 6-0 with braces from Schick and Maza. Borussia Mönchengladbach beat FC Köln 3-1 in a VAR-heavy match featuring 3 penalties, and Borussia Dortmund was held 1-1 by Hamburger SV after conceding a stoppage time equalizer. Hoffenheim came from behind to defeat Red Bull Leipzig 3-1 with goals from Hajari, Lempel and Promel. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. Now let's get you safe on those roads with your latest traffic update. On the first one, expect slow moving traffic on the N1 northbound before Deep Kloof interchange and again before the Golden Highway. And there is a crash on the N1 northbound just before the 14th Avenue that has closed the center lane, so please drive carefully. There is a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound at the Flying Saucer interchange affecting the left lane, so proceed with caution. And then lastly, on the N12 on the R24 westbound after Electron interchange, the earlier stationary vehicle has been cleared, but traffic remains slow. That's all for your traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's all for your traffic. Now let us give you your latest weather update.
Just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Maybe for once, just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you've asked me to do. Forget on the flip side, so goodbye. In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies, how to measure the love you throw around. Could never still here, I'm freezing cold, but I will wait. I hold my breath till I turn blue. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. Hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. I keep feeling that I won't tell you know. In the back of my mind, I'm feeling I will never let you go. My heart falls fast below. I'm still here, freezing cold, but I will fly on, baby, please just go.
22 minutes past 7. It is at the time, and a very good morning to you. Not any just morning, but a Monday morning, just to kickstart this week ahead of us. How are you doing this morning, Vooka Nation? Wherever you're watching and listening from. And the most important question to ask is, how was your weekend? I know that most of you got up to a lot of things. Maybe you did not do anything, but of course, there is nothing on doing nothing. Trust me. Even if you're at home, you're just idling, you're just sitting, trust me, there's something that you're always thinking about. So how was your weekend? Did you enjoy your weekend? Are you looking forward? Or maybe do you want to rewind the time to go back to Saturday or to go back to yesterday, the way your weekend was? Talk to us. Hop on in the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now we are live on YouTube. If you are listening right now, please do the means by sharing the live with your loved ones. I know that most of us need to be reminded that kumele sivuke, thina sivukile. And our main mission is to drive this movement forward, which means people have to wake up. Not just only wake up in your bed, but wake up and chase your dreams. Wake up and get what is meant for you out there. That is what the best mornings are always about. Not only best mornings, but the energetic mornings that are filled with positivity, accompanied by the positivity right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. From 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. we will be with you. So help us, because as much as I am the host, I am going to be with my co-host. You are also co-hosting with us wherever you are from. Talk to us, share the information with us, and let us know what is in your mind right now. Right, so many things that are lined up for today's show, and can't wait, to unpack them with you. Go through them, just a bit by bit, so that we can get where we want to. Remember that we are starting to kickstart this beautiful Monday of ours on a very high energetic note. Remember that wherever you are, Mondays are different, but the minute you tune into the Vooka Breakfast Show, your Monday changes, because we are about to make that day of yours become bright as ever. Right, a Monday motivation filled with so much. Right, we are highlighting people who are doing good things in the community, movers and shakers. And I know that you've always wanted to see change in the communities. That is why we are saying we are going to be the change we want to see in the community. We have been, yelling, we have been screaming change, but we don't realize that the power is in us for us to be the change that we want to see. A very beautiful morning is, and as I have, let you know that the only thing that you need to do is to be with us throughout by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Let us know how you're doing. Good morning once again, because we have to emphasize. Good mornings need to be emphasized every time and each and every morning, because I think most people, they are not even aware that it's still morning because of course, the weekend that they are from, right? But we're here to remind you, we're here to be with you, we're here to chill with you and give you the great and good vibes that you have never seen wherever you go. Before we start with everything that is lined up for this morning, I have a message that I want to read aloud for you. Not any message, but an inspirational message. I also have a quote right here from our one and only late former president, Mr. Nelson Mandela. Right? But let me start with an inspirational message, because it is very important for us to go through these messages so that, we can give you that kickstart and the head start to your morning. Because, guys, words play a very huge role in our lives, right? So let me not waste any of your time and go through the message. So this message reads as follows, and I hope that you're going to be listening attentively, right? So this message, it says, on this day, let's celebrate the power of knowledge, creativity, and kindness. Whether through science that heals, stories that uplift, or lessons that shape young minds, every act of learning is a step towards peace and progress. Keep growing, keep sharing, and let your light inspire other people out there. This is very powerful. And it's going to bring me to what I want us to talk about this morning, which is the New Year resolution. And the question to ask is, when is the right time to set your New Year resolution? I know nowadays time is very flexible. We can do anything at our given time, depending on the nature of the work that you are working, depending on the kind of life that you are living. Is the time that you have right now flexible? Because there are people out there, they don't even have 1 hour or 10 minutes of their time. 24 hours or 48 hours, whether it's 2 days, whether it's the whole week, is dedicated to someone else. Maybe you are a parent out there and you have seen that most of your time is dedicated to your family. You don't have time for yourself. But now we're going to talk about the New Year resolution. Whether you don't have time, but the resolutions need to be there, right? So stick with me. Come with me as I'm going to tag along, of course, and of course invite you to the conversation to talk to us this morning to say, when is the right time for you to set your New Year resolution? I know the tricky part in this is hearing the word New Year, and then your mind automatically shifts you and lets you know that on the 1st of January, on the 2nd of January, or maybe on the 31st of December, that is when you need to set your New Year resolution, because those are the resolution you want to have on the new year, right? We're going to be getting deep into that just to give you a deep contextual in terms of where we're going. But I know you got the glimpse of what we're going to be talking about. If you have, please let me know on the comment section the right time of setting your New Year resolution. The quote that I told you that we're going to be reading, that I have for you, right, from Nelson Mandela. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The change that we need to see. Tata Madiba himself said, education is the most powerful weapon. I know that most of us know the famous quote from him, which is, education is the key to success. But now, there are so many ways and there's so many keys now to success. That has changed over time and it keeps on changing. Keys are being invented each and every time, right? Back in the days, education used to be the only key. But now you can have so many ways, right? To have, and to change the world, right? So those are the most powerful ways, profound and powerful. Okay. Oh, it's in. Yeah.
Very, very powerful indeed. I wonder because things are changing. A bit later we're going to be talking about 9 to 5.
Yeah.
That it is a dying model.
Yeah.
Now, education as we know it, is it still the most powerful weapon? Right? Or, I feel like indoctrination, man. is a powerful weapon. But we're gonna
unpack. We're gonna unpack more because it's very interesting. There's so many implications to this. There are so many factors, that contribute to this whole subject as a whole, right? I know that yes, for us people living in SA, we can say education is the most powerful tool to change and to tackle some of the problems that we have in the world. But when we look at our education system, is it built for that? Is it built to combat some of the problems that we have in today's day and age? Right?
Yeah, the right education.
Yeah, right education. Not just any education.
Yeah, not just any education.
Yeah, because people out there, they educate. I mean, I can be an educator out there teaching people, but now the kind of education that I'm giving them is not the education that is meant to combat and challenge some of the problems that we have in our communities.
Hashtag Jan van Riebeck.
Yeah. I understand. So it goes all the way back, and when you look at some of the things that are included into where we are, the kind of education, right? So of course that is the famous quote from Utata. I know that we can still discuss it because the nature of things and the nature of our lives and the way we live, it's always changing. It's always changing, right? Hop on in the comment section, write the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or send us your voice note 0604933226. That's 0604933226. And then I see there are comments that came through. The first one came through from Neliswa Clara saying, "Good morning, I'm a Vooka Amahle Ngivugile team," which is a very good thing. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, Neliswa, and I really appreciate it so much that uvugile, right? Starting off my week with the number one breakfast show, where radio meets TV. I'm glad that people are now starting to catch up with this whole idea, right? It's starting to become a reality now that people are noticing that this is where radio meets TV, right? It's visuals, it's audio, everything all at once. And then she says, hashtag Vooka Nation, hashtag happy Mondays, guys. Happy Monday to all of you out there, man. Of course, starting your week, with the number one show, only right here, located in the heart of Johannesburg, which is Soweto, Dobsonville. You can even ask anywhere, what and which breakfast show is the best. People will let you know that it's the Vooka Breakfast Show, right? Miss Q Rams came through saying, "Good morning, Sivugile. I am feeling good. I hope you're all feeling good as well. Had a good and a not so hectic weekend." That's what we want to hear, man. That's always what we want to hear, because we know that weekends are hectic. You might be at the workplace, but you know that weekends, it's time to be with your friends, maybe catch up with some of your colleagues, right? It happens most of the time. You catch up and you might find out that it's not the same, as when it is during the week, right? Even with your friends.
Yeah, especially if you're a parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Weekends are different.
Yeah.
They're different. They can be hectic. They come with a lot of things. And you need to be present. As much as you want to rest, but you have to be present, right? But with that being said, you know that people always conquer and try to find ways to maneuver these kind of challenges to say, you know what, I'm from a hectic weekend, and you know what, I really enjoyed. I really tried to enjoy, because I know we are living in a world where now the idea of being perfect is being pushed. What is the perfect weekend for me? The perfect weekend for me is going to Dubai, is flying first class, business class, being with the room of, intelligent people. For some people, that's how they will describe a good weekend should be like. And it's not like that. We know that there are people who practice minimalism out there, whereby for them, a good weekend can just be being at home, good company, good music, good food, and that's all. It cannot even be those things that I've just mentioned. It can just be them being isolated from everyone. That's good weekend for them. But you know that there's so many experiences. But for me, my weekend was very good, man. Yesterday, I had to catch up with my friends. And catching up with friends, man, comes with a lot of things. Because I feel like it's very important. As much as we say,
from daily, let us not check up on each other. But I feel like now things are starting to pile up, right? If you're not checking up on your friends from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, trust me, Saturday and Sunday, one of the days when you guys meet up, you'll feel like now you have to catch up and understand everything that are going to bring to you that happened during the week. Because right now something is happening and someone can't wait for the weekend to talk about it. And that thing, it's something that they can talk about that day, right? So now weekends are starting to also change, whereby people are coming with what has happened during the week. Right? It's no longer there, let's meet up and just debrief, and just blow off some steam and have fun. It's a serious thing, and there are some things that you see on social media that are starting to change the dynamics, the social dynamics of how people are starting to live right now. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, things are changing. But those are the things that we always discuss each and every Monday morning, because the weekend comes with a lot of things. But if you have just joined right now and you want to let us know how was your weekend, just come through there on the comment section. Right. With that being said, as I have mentioned, that we're going to be talking about something that is very interesting, which is a New Year resolution. Right now, 37 minutes after 7 o'clock, it is the time. Let me just take a short break. Let us debrief and process all of the information that we have just opened the show with. And then when we come back, we talk about the New Year resolutions. We talk about when is the right time to set your New Year resolutions, right? There's so many things. There is no way that wherever you are, there's nothing that you want to resolve in your life. Like, there is absolutely no way, especially if you are in the working class, especially if you're somebody who is trying to get their things in order, right? There is something that you're always working on, right? So stay with us as we are going to be talking about that after I come back from this short break. Right? And then, with that being said, please do not switch the dial.
From this world, running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above. My spark, living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate
You're still watching your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. It is the Vooka Breakfast Show. A very good morning once again. If you have just joined us, welcome. And I hope that you are doing good on this beautiful morning and you had a good weekend. And of course, man, we're kickstarting this Monday, not only Monday, but a day that prepares us for the rest of the week. Wherever you are from, hope that you are ready and you are wearing those boots for the week ahead of you. Talk to us, engage with us throughout our social media platforms. Right now, we are live on YouTube. The hashtag to use is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, you can also dial us in by using the number 0604933226. That's 0604. Before the break, announced that we're going to be talking about resolving some of our New Year's resolution. But before we do that, let us resolve what our financial indicators are looking like. Let us talk money. Let us look into how the rand is doing with other currencies out there, right? Starting off with the US dollar. For each and every dollar, you need to have 17 rands 28 cents, and the dollar dips. The US imports may become more affordable in rand terms. And heading over to your Great British Pound. For each and every pound, you need to have 22 rands 72 cents. So the pound softens a little bit. UK travels and goods are slightly less expensive. So if you're someone who is interested in buying the UK goods, it's kind of looking good right now, right? So we're going to be letting you know in terms of the development if it just skyrockets up to the sky. And heading over to our neighboring country, which is the Botswana Pula. For each and every pula, you need to have 1 rand 20 cents. So the pula plunges. Cross-border shopping just got sweeter for South African consumers. We do have Botswana people right here, and we do have people who like to explore what does Botswana market have to offer, right? So when you're looking at Botswana and pula, we're looking at 1 rand 20 cents. And moving on to the Japanese yen. For each and every yen, you need to have 11 cents. So the yen is still weak because Japanese and Japanese electronics and cars remain budget friendly. So you can just look up there and look into what you can get to yourself when it comes to the electronics, right? And then when you head over to the euro against the rand, for each and every 1 euro, you need to have 19 rands 96 cents. So the euro surges. European holidays and imports may cost more than that. Heading over to the Australian dollar. For each and every Australian dollar, you need to have 11 rands 26 cents. Aussie dollar slides. And wine and goods from down under could be cheaper. So something that you can look into if you're a wine connoisseur, right? And the goods, of course, from down under, they could also be cheaper. So be on the lookout right there. So if you're someone who wants to be or want to, infiltrate the Chinese market, this is how the yen is looking like against the rand. For each and every yen, you need to have 2 rands 42 cents. So the Chinese electronics may edge up in price. So this is the perfect time for you to look into what you can get for yourself, for your partner. We know that most of us, we like Chinese products, right? What they are doing right now, the creativity, the levels of creativity that they come with. I mean, we also have a whole mall dedicated to, China products, right? The China Mall is right here in our country. So you can also look into, just looking into buying some of their stuff right from their country.
I keep saying Bluetooth speakers.
The Bluetooth mode has connected successfully, right?
Yep.
Those are good ones, man. Good ones. If you're someone, because we're talking about
load shedding.
Yeah. And speaking of load shedding, we woke up with no electricity today. Some of the problems that we're still facing in our country. And next week is the G20. Imagine. And when those guys, if you are seeing a president from, for example, from Brazil, you're seeing a president from Saudi Arabia, right? when you see them, you can't just go there and talk things that are not relevant to what is happening. I mean, you would go there and complain to say, hey man, you guys have came here, please help us with the issue of electricity, right? That is why now the streets of Joburg are being cleaned, so that whenever these guys come, everything is going to look like it's okay, but it's clearly not. Right, but I'm glad that the youth is also being involved, and they're going to be part of the panel and speaking about some of the things that are concerning in our country. And also, if you want to add something, there are websites that will be open to taking some of your suggestion into how are we going to move. How are we going to work on the achievement of the sustainable development goals that have been planned from year to year in and year out. There are developments that are being looked into. I mean, when you look at the city where it is right now, it should be the hub of economy. It should be where money is, right? And we've been seeing what the mayor Dada Morero has been doing, trying to clean the streets from the illegal traders right there. We know those illegal traders have been helpful to most of the people, most of the consumers in South Africa. So why now are they being moved? Because the G20 is coming. Those are some of the things that you need to look into, because even the G20 itself is trying to tackle some of those things to say, okay, how do we build sustainable economic activities in our country, right? If illegal traders are not from our country, it's a huge problem. And how do we deal with that? How do we put them in a place whereby they're also going to contribute in the economy? So looking forward to the G20, looking forward to what it is going to bring, and hopefully next year or years to come, our country will be part of the most developed countries, because we are part of the developing countries, and by far most, we are the best in Africa. So we should keep up with everything that is happening. I understand, but we should keep on trying to move forward and bring betterment, because if Dobsonville becomes better, trust me, Meadowlands, Bramfisher, they're also going to be encouraged to become better. We don't want people to, when Dobsonville is better, Bramfisher people come and flood in Dobsonville. No, let Dobsonville help Bramfisher to become a better place.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Josie?
No.
It's bad.
It's very bad, man.
Oh, it's bad
compared to how it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's and I'm not talking about Hillbrow back in the days where it used to be good and all of that, but I'm talking about even when I was traveling through town, going to work. Yeah, it was dirty, but not
what you're seeing right now. Yeah,
right now it's terrible. The buildings, they're not being maintained.
Yeah.
It's like a slump.
I mean, I remember in 2022, while I was still going to school, because my brother also worked in Braamfontein, right? So we were in the same taxi, and sometime, we would take a taxi that goes Ngalengase end, and then Ejubet. Just by traveling, man, because those people, they sleep right in front of the banks. Abanye, they also, hey man, like it's bad. People urinate there. People do their private things right there where people walk and where people work instead. So we don't know what is going on and how this is trying to be, how is this being resolved, basically, right? And not to say the G20 has to, because that is what the president said, that we are not cleaning the streets only for the G20. This has to continue even if the summit has ended, right? So we are hoping that the streets will remain clean for the remainder of the year up until next year.
So not to complain, but the question is, are they only seeing this now? But
no,
it's fine. Benefit of the doubt. Let's see whether this will be something that's sustained.
Yeah.
But as it is, it's bad. The only place that looks clean in town is around Bank City, Simmons, the banking zone. And then when you go to North Side, it's terrible. So it's Braam, but Nai Braam, there's also certain areas. So it's Braam and downtown where it looks decent, it looks clean.
Yeah.
But you're just 5 minutes away from witnessing slums.
Yeah, a lot of places, and I think this. I don't feel like, or maybe I'm taking it a little bit out of context, but colonization is still happening. These places, they are being colonized because what we have and the idea of colonization for us, we're thinking our whole country being colonized, in the 90s and the 60s, just looking at the reference of what colonization is. No, colonization is when somebody from another country comes and change the way you guys are living, and now it's not a healthy way of living, right? It's an unhealthy way of living. We are seeing what drugs are doing now to our brothers and sisters out there in Joburg. Some of the buildings, buildings that were hijacked, buildings that were left to rot, it's those kind of things, that make our city to look like it is right now. That can be someone else's place. That could be a residential, for people working in the city. But now we are not seeing that. And we hope that this is going to be part of our country's resolutions, right? Resolving the issue of what is happening in our city, because some of us, we reside in that city, right? So just let me know what you think right there. Getting back to the conversation of New Year resolution, I know that some of you are still hesitant and you're like, I don't have resolutions, guys. I just leave, whatever comes, we'll see what life comes with. But trust me, there is a very huge important about New Year resolutions. They just change how you see things, because you can see growth through yourself. With that naked eye, you are able to see growth in yourself. You are able to feel the growth within yourself. That is what New Year resolution do, because there are people who are working towards losing weight. There are people who are working towards gaining weight, not just gaining weight, maybe growing some other parts of their life. Maybe I have not been present in my family's lives, in my family in general. So my resolution is working towards talking to my brother, because I have a brother that I haven't spoken to for 5 years, but now I need to work on that. It's something that you work on daily. Daily you work on yourself, right? So we're talking that New Year resolution. When is the right time to set the resolutions, right? So of course we're going to play that resolution roulette, whereby you choose from the day January 1st to 31st of December, right? Just choose any day. Which day is the right day to set your New Year resolutions, and why, right? For some other people, it can be the July 4th. It can be the 5th of September. It can be the 10th of November today. Maybe there is someone else out there who is working towards the New Year resolution to say, you know what, on the new year, this is what I want to do. This is what I am working on, right? So talk to us. For you, New Year resolution, when is it the right time? Because time is flexible. If Mo says July or January 1st, what are you saying? And why are you saying that? Talk to me, send your voice note 0604933226. That's 0604933226. Let me check on the social media streets right there. And when I talk about social media streets, I talk about the comment section. Keep those comments coming and use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. I had TC Mazibugo coming through saying, Vugani nonke, birthday yam namhlanje. A legend was born today. Hashtag Vuga and hashtag Sivugile. A very huge happy birthday, and we know that you're going to be among our celebrities who are going to be and who are celebrating their birthdays today. And thank you so much, of course, for letting us know and reminding us that a legend was born today. Happy birthday to you. Don't worry, when it comes to the celebrity birthdays, you are sharing birthdays with big people out there, man. You are sharing birthdays with I don't know if you know Ras Tumsani. You are sharing a birthday with if you know soccer, you would know. But Eduardo Camavinga, one of the best midfielders in Europe, playing for Real Madrid right now. And lastly, you are sharing a birthday with Tracy Morgan, right? Indeed, legends are really born on this day, and we would like to highlight this day, and it's all about them. The 10th of November, that is what we are looking into when it comes to celebrity birthdays, right? And then comes through once again and say ngicela i-call yam namhlanje. Y'all blue ticked me on Friday. I mean, we did not, and we apologize for that. If you can call right now, let's talk, because we are having a very interesting discussion, and it will be nice to hear from you. So you can just call in right now and let's talk. Let us engage, because there is so much to unpack. Trust me, there is so much to unpack. We also want to hear from you. We want to hear your sentiment. What is it that you have to say? Right, so just call in. The line is open right now. And then Zinzi comes through saying, happy birthday, Mam Shengu. May you be blessed and hope you enjoy your birthday. Happy. And then Zinzi came through, of course, and say, good morning, Vooka Nation, and the best breakfast show located in the heart of Soweto. That is Dobsonville. Thank you so much. Dobsonville, Dobsonton, right? I mean, the G20 is coming, so we need to say Dobsonton. We need to, because of course the streets are being cleaned in Joburg, so we also need to change our names. We also need to sound a little bit more, classy, right? So Dobsonton is what we are going to be using for the remainder of this week up until the G20, right? We're going to be letting you know what is going on in the G20, or we can also have our own G20 right here. I mean, what is stopping us as communities to have our own G20? Imagine wherever you are from, right? Because Rona, we are based in Soweto, Dobsonville, and our neighboring, our neighboring townships are like your Middlelands, Bramfisher, and Botiplu, Fubosnawane, all of those places. Imagine we set a date and we want to solve what is happening in our communities right now. Let us meet. Let us call whatever it is. It can be the S, because it's Soweto, right? The Soweto group of 20 townships meeting in a certain place, discussing some of the problems that are going through right now.
Right here, Mo.
Yeah.
The T20.
The T20.
20 townships.
20 townships. Imagine they meet and they come with strategic ways to combat some of the challenges that we have. Unemployment, drugs and crime, those kind of things. The leaders from different communities, they come, right? They meet, they match, and they come up with ways of how we can move forward. So it will be nice to have that. And then, of course, Timmy came through saying, a very good morning, Vooka team and Vooka Nation, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. New week, new day as well. Yes, sir. Happy, looking fresh, and ready for this weekend. Guys, week that is ahead of you has so many challenges, has so many obstacles. As we always say, nowadays, I mean, if you still fight with people, work on yourself. But nowadays, right? There are bad spirits out there that we are fighting from day in, day out. That is always we need to, that is why always we need to take care of ourselves. That is why we needed to also stay focused in everything that we do. Still celebrating TC's birthday. Mam Tembi comes through saying happy birthday to Umam Shengu Indlovukazi. And the line is open because of Friday, right? We promised that we are going to call her. So TC, you can come through and call us. The line is open for calls, right? While we're still talking about that, you guys can take this time to digest what we are talking about, which is the New Year resolution. When it is the right time to set your resolution. I mean, for me, I feel like every month it's time to reflect, right? Because if you are going to set one day, I mean, there's so many things that are happening, and you are easily distracted most of the time. And when you are easily distracted, you can't even focus on the most important thing that you have set for yourself. You said this year you're going to lose weight. I mean, you don't even set a reminder for that. Not a reminder, but a thing that you have to do, maybe each and every month. You have to constantly remind yourself. I believe that resolutions now need to come to a scale of being a monthly thing. Monthly resolutions, because working towards something that is big doesn't need you to spend maybe few days on it. It needs you to spend the whole year. What is it that you're trying to improve? It also depends on where you are in your life right now, right? With your age, if you're a 25-year-old like me, you're looking forward to work on your life, because there are things that you need to work on personally, holistically, right? Spiritually, mentally, psychologically, and also physically. And then when you grow up, you understand that there's what we call financial, stability. Then you start working to say, okay, for this year, I'm working towards working on a certain amount of money because I need this. And now with money comes a lot of things. And we know the famous say that more money, more problems. I don't know if it's the same case with you, if more money, more problems. But for other people, more money means more solutions, because now you are able to patch, most places that need to be solved.
But your phone doesn't stop buzzing though.
When you have money.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the thing.
Because no malume.
So this whole thing of your phone not buzzing when you have money. So when you don't have money, your phone doesn't buzz, right? So is it a thing that when people have money, they start now to let other people know that, hey, this is the amount of money that I have, or hey, I have money. If you need anything or assistance, I'm there to help. Because why people are not there when you don't have the money, but immediately and suddenly when you have the money. With family, it is understandable if they know the amount of money that you are earning, or if you are someone who earns each and every month. Now we understand, 25, but for someone who doesn't have money, that's what we are looking into, right? There we go. Good morning, TC. You are live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, man. Talk to us. How are you doing this morning, Sivugile? And of course, Abantu, they needed to wake up. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great, man. I am glad to want to be speaking to the Vooka Nation, man. It's been a long time since I've been on the show. And of course, today, like I said, a legend was born. It's my birthday, and I'm all the way in rainy Rustenburg. It's been a rainy morning. I've been up since, I think, midnight with calls from Gabon, calls from Georgie, people just showing me love. And yeah, man,
Yeah, and it's very great to hear from you, trust me, because our Vooka Nation, they always know the team behind this magic, and I can say that your presence is missed right here in the studio. And of course the Vooka Nation, they've always been asking, where is OTC Indlo Vukazi Nkosi yami? But now she is here, Vooka Nation, and I hope that you are also witnessing her talking to us. With that being said, as we are celebrating your birthday, this is what we have to say to you. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip! Man, it's great to hear from you. But of course, as you have joined the conversation, we are talking about the resolutions. I know today is your day. You're looking forward to spending it in a very different way. But I want to invite you and let me know, in terms of you setting your New Year resolution. What do you think is the right time to set a New Year resolution? Talk to me.
What is the right time to set your New Year's resolution? Okay, usually, of course, I think it would be right in the beginning of the year, right? No, that's usually when everybody is thinking of, man, what exactly do I want to do going forward? But I think reflecting on the vision board and pizza that you guys were also so proudly involved in, like Vooka Breakfast Show was so proud, involved in, and of course we had it with Mori Pizza and Time Cut Creatives right there at Curiosity. Somebody was sharing a testimonial of what they did right there when they set their vision into reality. And I think maybe around March it would be a perfect time for us to set resolutions, because for me, January, you're still trying to find your feet in the new year after having the festive season and enjoying some time out. And then February, and obviously January, you all know January, man. Everybody's just worried with it. I just need to make it to the end of the month so that I can get salary again. After blowing my bonus, and my December salary. And then February, everybody's still like, okay, now I'm starting to really figure out what I want to do this year. And then March, I think by March we should know exactly what we want to do. It's like 3 months in. I think March is like the perfect time.
Yeah.
And that I think is when we set our vision boards into motion. And I think some of the testimonials that I'm seeing, the people that are
I think
March.
Yes, March, yeah. And I love, when you say March, because this whole conversation is also based on the truth, which is the right time is whenever you are ready to commit to a change. And now, with the change, you need to have some time. January, February, sort out your things, and it will be a very, perfect timing for you for March to say, okay, this is the time now to deal with some of the things that I need to resolve in my life. So with the truth, which is the right time, is whenever you are ready to commit a change.
Yes, I love that, Mo. I love that. Today you're full of good ideas, man. I love the one about the 20 townships coming together.
Yeah.
The T20.
Yeah. T20.
Who better to talk about the issues that we face other than ourselves?
Yeah. Indeed, I think it's something that we have to look forward to, because as the leaders are coming, next week for the G20, they also spoke about the suggestions. And I think one of the suggestions is to say, we want township to meet and mitigate some of the problems that we have. But it's going to be part of our resolution, and that resolution involves us coming through and working towards it. But with that being said, I know that you have a lot on your side.
Yeah, TC, before you go, what's your plans for today? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Cool. What are you planning for today?
So a friend of mine wanted me to come through to such yesterday, man. Organized access to Sun City reports and whatnot. And then I didn't make it because I was just finishing up some work. Today, definitely, I'm going to Sun City. I will see some people. I'm going to go people here. I got a call all the way from Gabon. And I'm teaching for my birthday. From some international friends. To have a great day at Sunset.
It sounds like a very well planned day, and enjoy, man. Enjoy. Wish you the best.
But the nation, man, God, I cannot wait to come back and see everybody.
Yeah.
Be of the best wake up crew in South.
Yeah. That's what we all are about, man. And I see Miss Tembi came through and say, you are dearly missed, dear. That is a message for you.
Yakumbula Nama. I miss my man. You know, like Musi would we look so easy at the show that it starts to feel family and you know we just do this thing because it's easy. No, I'm perfect, the love, you know, the thought that goes into the Vooka show is just amazing. And I would love to say to Vooka Nation team, man, you guys are doing amazing things. And of course, subs to the new folks who know me.
Yeah.
Superb.
Beautiful.
And then, whilst we still have you on the line, I've got some video footage of Sacred Sunday that you did that we're showcasing now on the screen. Was this yesterday or the other Sunday?
No, so this was yesterday. Basically, it was me at the lodge that I'm at. A lodge that we're going to host a retreat at very soon. And you know, I'm with and Sizagele Pohe, which is a well-written poet and author, right? And of course, she's also writing this. I'm just talking to a couple of people, and I'll be working with a couple of resorts here in Rustenburg that we came to check out for a project. You know, we will be wellness. We will be doing a whole, and of course, some joined us at you know, the vision board and Pika, who did. We just launched her thing called the Bloom Wellness Hub, if I'm wrong. And it was something that she actually wrote on her vision board. She just launched it now on the 2nd of November. And we're planning, you know, have something at that spot and that have blooming, you know, your best self into the next season of your life. So, and the nation should stay tuned for that one. It's just amazing stuff that's coming up.
Yeah. It sounds beautiful, man. I hope everything goes well according to plan. And you know what? I think these are the things that we need, you know, to get the time to reflect with some of, you know, the things that we've always wanted to do with our lives. But I know that you still have a lot on your side. I'm going to let you go. And of course, lastly, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day.
I'm appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah. And also with the Vooka Nation, we can also, you know, wait to have you back right here and continue, man, to give people that positivity and energetic dose to their day. Right?
Stop. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out, man. Shout out. Thank you so much. Of course, man, you can also come through, man. Call us. Let us know what you think. We were with TC, the birthday girl, right on the line, talking everything about the resolution, talking everything about the sacred Sundays that she usually, you know, hosts. I mean, if you are someone who always like to be in a sacred space and be around people with a positive mindset, you know, she always does that. Right now, she's out in Rustenburg, and we could hear on the background that it is a rainy day in Rustenburg right now. Right now in Dobsonville, Johannesburg, it's a little bit cloudy, but there are no signs of rain. So hopefully we are going to have, you know, a no rain day for the rest of the day. So many things being celebrated, so many things that we are talking about. But as I have mentioned, as we're going to conclude this conversation of ours, to say the truth is the right time is whenever you are ready to commit a change for the New Year resolution. Right? Talk to me. For you, right now, if you're listening, when is the right time to set your New Year resolution? Right? hop on in the comment section, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and you can send your voice note on 0604933226. Steppy?
So I'm just thinking, what if we were to treat our relationships, our goals, things on a personal level, and run them like a company?
Oh.
Think about it, like you and your friends come and have a quarterly meeting.
Yeah.
How's our friendship going? Right? And then we review, and then we become open-minded and say, look, I don't like 1, 2, and 3. Okay, these are the changes I will effect so that our relationship moving forward gets, much better. Also, from a relationship standpoint, someone that you are seeing, if you set quarterly goals, and I'm saying quarterly because in the corporate space, Mondays there's meetings
every
see,
Monday.
to see okay, how far is the progress? Are we on track? And if we are losing the plot, can we then be nudged back into the right course? So now you've set your New Year resolution whenever, or beginning of the year, doesn't matter. But then how often do we then go back and say, let me check this thing? Or even when it comes to accountability, Guti, there are certain individuals that you are accountable to. I know there's a fine line between telling people your dreams, but at the same time, there is that benefit of getting accountability. Guys, this is what I want to do, and hold me accountable. And then people will come back and say, Info, remember you said, how far on that?
Yes.
Come,
What's
let's
the
have
progress?
let's have a meeting. And even if it's scheduled, like in the corporate world, I'm sure most of us would reach our dreams. Mind you are slacking.
Yes.
It's expected. But then you can quickly course correct if there is those constant check-ins, just like the corporate space. So I say it doesn't matter. But it's how you follow up on those resolutions. And if you treat them corporate style, trust me, you're going to achieve your goals.
I mean, I love that because I think it's one of the things that I've always been thinking about. Because when you look into how friendships are built, how relationships are built, we are downplaying communication because we always say communication is key. We need to prioritize communication, but most people don't know how to communicate some other things, right? And with that, reports, man, because when we work on reports to say, okay, this is what we have done so far in this 3 months, our report, this relationship is not taking us anywhere. What is it that we can do? Let us find strategic ways, to drive this relationship forward. I mean, there's so many benefiting factors that we can include, because now when we have, financial goals to say, let's save up on buying a house. Then when you say you want a car, like, how is that aligning with our goals? Let's sit down. Let's sit down and reason and try to make sense with what we are doing right here.
Especially if you're going in Gemanja with your partner and you are going to account on money spent. Okay, your bank statement shows you did 1, 2, and 3, but this wasn't part of the plan. So you need to go and account. So you tell them, today, guys, meeting. But also, imagine if we could do it in such a way that doesn't make the other one feel as if you are bringing up things from the past. I see you've got this trend of starting something and then leaving it halfway
and not finishing
it,
right?
So if you're in a relationship, it becomes tough, man. But I'm merely saying these things just to highlight to you, this is an ongoing problem. So I need you to write a strategy, a plan on how you're going to mitigate this very issue. And then when you come up with the plan, you get you become held accountable so that you commit to that plan. The problem with our resolutions, I think, is that we somehow set them alone in our own heads, and then we don't follow them through, and then no one is there to keep us accountable. And even if we do share it with other individuals, the whole accountability structure is not set up so that you have to report and give progress. How far are you? What are you doing? And when can we expect results?
I mean, I'm just thinking about if, you are someone and you're someone who's used to dodging and running away from accountability. Imagine we have that device at home whereby we just, put our monthly reports and then we come back and say, okay, this is what we have worked on. Then when Brown Mokhotsi and Vusicat, you go and delete some of the things, or you try to forge things to say, no, this is what I've done, this is what I'm working on right now, and progress is looking good and the task is finished. Fabricate things. Well, I mean,
and then when asked questions, you're like, no, the file was being sent so that it can go and be fetched so that the guys can send it through. Like, what are you saying?
You get.
Did you do what you were supposed to do?
No,
you didn't. So that's the other problem with my resolutions. But I agree that when you are ready for change, that's when it becomes effective.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I've seen how my brain can lie to me. I've seen it multiple times. And I think the way to circumvent my brain lying to me is to come up with a strategy or a way so that I can become accountable. So that I tell abantu, man, I'm doing 1, 2, and 3. So sometimes I might not want to do something but because of I know someone's going to ask me questions, let me do that thing that I said I was going to do. Right? So sometimes you need to set up a strategy or fail-proof strategy that will protect you from yourself. The brain can play tricks on you.
Exactly. Structure and the systems. Systems that have been put for us, to be where we are right now. Many of us, we are in the working class, and that being in the working class, there's a certain system and a structure that you need to follow. So you can also do the same. I mean, with families, there is a structure that is being set to say, guys, at home, this is what we do not do, right? I mean, with our cultures also, they portray the same ideas that we are talking about right here. To say, if I'm Zulu, if I'm Tswana, if I'm Xhosa, I am not allowed to do this. I'm supposed to do this, this kind of way. And I think this also should come now and bleed into the modern days, whereby to say, how do I use or how do I change the concept of ukuba umZulu and bring it into my own relationship or into my own life to say, okay, this has helped us, this has worked, right? If you're seeing that this thing works, let us not adopt things that do not work. And I think traditionally, if things are not working out, guys, we have the power to say, we need to change this thing, right? If umembeso or whatever traditional ceremony we are trying to make, and it's not always working out, come on, let us find ways to change this whole concept of us just living narrowly with the ideas that we have, right? And I think this can also work in our families, whereby we come and set systems to say, okay, guys, you have kids. Your kids attend, it can be as little as, a toddler, right? To primary school, to high school. What kind of systems are you setting for your kids at home? To say, okay, this is not what you are supposed to do. And I'm going to give you a task for this month. For this month, I need you to wash dishes. For this month, I need you to wash your socks each and every time when you go to school. Trust me, when the month ends, you will demand a report from them to say, okay, what is your progress? And what is it that you want to work on? What is it that you don't like with what I have, given you, the task that I've given you? Because that is one of the ways to communicate with your kids, to know what is it that they like. Because they'll tell you that, Mama, I don't like using a certain soap because it gives me rash. Now you understand that a certain task has given them problems, and now you're trying to find ways as a parent to come with solutions, right? These systems, these structures that we can put, they can always work, right? And then with systems, you will see that for other people, they don't work. I mean, even in our modern days, in our communities, certain systems, other people, they don't feel like they are, they fit in the system.
Yeah, the word is undermine here.
Yeah.
You are undermining this operation. You are undermining this operation.
Yeah. And if you do not fit in the system, what ways or better ways or ways that you suggest to say for you to fit, what is it that we need to do? And then people will come with...
that's a question of not necessarily saying I do not follow a system. You are saying, Guti, this system is flawed.
Yep.
What I want to do is to improve it or create another system altogether.
Yeah.
Hence, when you get like the ministers and all of that, they come up with these new plans and whatnot, where they might just disregard the previous minister's plans, come up with their own, but then the core here is that they all agree that a plan or a system or a way to do things is very much needed.
Yeah.
Now, there are very individuals that Google a system boxes them.
Yeah.
Because of a phone
Yep.
Right. So I think for those individuals, it's clear.
Yeah.
It's clear that they don't want to follow the law or they don't want to follow a process.
Yeah.
Google, things just are. I'll give you an example where, recently I've been talking about my morning routines, right? Where I remember last week I woke up and I didn't follow, or I skipped one routine.
Yeah.
And I saw how it had a ripple effect on the other routines that I was supposed to follow. So normally when I wake up, do my push-ups, it leads me to, because my body is now warm, I then drink water. But if I don't gym, if I do not gym, I also don't drink water.
Yeah.
So it's a cascading effect, and it messes up his into. So give me, it's important that A must be done so that B can also be done. I can't skip to B without A being done. So I agree. I agree that systems
man, have to be put.
Systems.
We need systems, because without systems, we'll just be everywhere. We'll roam without, having that order. Right, the order that we want to and live harmoniously in these beautiful communities of us. But with that being said, 28 minutes past 8, it is the timer, and of course at exactly 8:30 we'll come back and give you your news recap in terms of what is going on and what is next. Stay with us. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use right there on the comment section. In the meantime, don't switch the dial and chill with us as we give you beautiful music.
So cool down, my love, cool down, my love. Sometimes I wanna give all of me. Sometimes I wanna scream, oh my God, you got me in so much trouble now. Sometimes I just wanna tell you to stop, so you don't go and break my heart. I'm so confused, babe, I just don't know. So now I gotta make up my mind. Do I wanna leave it all behind? I can't let you go so easily, 'cause baby we got chemistry. We got something special. But you want the whole world. Cool down, my love, cool down, my love. Sometimes I wanna give all of me. Sometimes I wanna scream, oh my God, you got me in so much trouble now. Sometimes I just wanna tell you to stop, so you don't go and break my heart. I'm so confused, babe, I just don't know. So now I gotta make up my mind. Do I wanna leave it all behind? I can't let you go so easily, 'cause baby we got chemistry. So
cold, faithless and dark. Your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. When shadows and gloom are all that you see. When
32 minutes after the hour 8 o'clock. You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. My name is Mweketi Maimane, and I hope that wherever you are, you're still enjoying and kickstarting your day on a very high energetic note. With that being said, before the break, as mentioned, that we're going to be taking you through some news recap on the headlines that you have missed. Starting off with the first one, in Gauteng Premier condemns the vandalism ahead of the G20 summit. So what happened is Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has condemned the vandalism of the G20 related infrastructure in Johannesburg and Nasrec ahead of the global summit. Armed vandals reportedly damaged the street lights, the signages, and the roads and public installation meant to beautify the city before the arrival of the world leaders across the globe. So the context of this whole is that the city of Johannesburg has intensified the clean-up operations that we have been seeing, and they are also enforced by the laws, including the relocation of the homeless residents from key areas. While the city officials led by Mayor Dada Morero insist Johannesburg is ready to host the event, some displaced individuals raised concerns about the lack of shelter options. Opposition voices like the DA, Belinda Kaiser, criticized the initiative as a superficial window dressing that overlooks real service delivery issues. So what is next right now is that the security around the G20 venues is being tightened, with Metro Police and National Intelligence monitoring possible disruptions. The city plans to continue infrastructure repairs and safety patrols leading up to the summit, which begins next week. Let us know if you're also thinking that what ANC is doing right now is a superficial window dressing that overlooks the real service delivery issues that we have in our country. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show to let us know your thoughts. And then on the next one, Santaco backs a call for the task force to tackle the taxi killings. So what has happened is the South African National Taxi Council, Santaco, has backed calls for a specialized task force to investigate the taxi-related killings after the Alexandra taxi boss Molefe Moekeleti was shot dead in Marlborough. His death comes shortly after the murder of Tabi Moyo, another prominent taxi figure. At Moekeleti's funeral, MMC Kenikunene urged President Cyril Ramaphosa to form a dedicated taxi violence task team similar to the one that investigates political assassinations. Crime activist Yusuf Abramji and Santaco's Zwelim Nisi echoed this call, citing over 59 taxi-related murders in Gauteng this year alone. Moekeleti was widely respected for his work with the Alexandra Bus Company and efforts to professionalize local transport operation. So what is next is the Ministry of Police is expected to meet with Santaco and other stakeholders to discuss creating a national taxi violence intervention strategy. Meanwhile, the police have launched a manhunt for Moekeleti's killers, with the intelligence units tracking a possible inter-association conflict. On the next news recap headline, police rescue 3 women in a suspected human trafficking ring. So police and Interpol, they rescued 3 young women from Botswana aged between 20 and 23 at OR Tambo International Airport in a suspected human trafficking operation. The victims were allegedly lured by fake jobs offers in Sierra Leone and intercepted before boarding their flight. The operation followed a tip-off from the Botswana High Commission, which alerted South African authorities. This rescue underscores the growing sophistication of cross-border trafficking syndicates, which target young job seekers across Southern Africa. Officials commended the collaboration between regional law enforcement and urged citizens to verify overseas job offers before accepting. So what is next right now is that the suspects behind the trafficking ring remain under investigation, and the women will receive counseling and repatriation assistance. Interpol has called for greater regional cooperation and public awareness campaign to prevent similar cases. Lastly, wrapping up with the last one, Meyiwa trial. Alibi's late disclosure has raised so many questions. So what happened is Muzi Sibiya, accused number one in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, has claimed he was in KwaZulu-Natal during the 2014 shooting, contradicting earlier confessions. He alleges police coercion and fabricated evidence led to his supposed admission of guilt. The state prosecution maintains that Sibiya's confession matches the testimonies from other accused and insists evidence places him in Vosloorus on the night Meyiwa was killed. Legal analyst says the credibility of Sibiya's alibi is now pivotal, as its later introduction raises questions about authenticity and possible defense strategy shift. What is next right now is that the court will reconvene from cross-examination next week, with prosecutors expected to challenge inconsistencies in Sibiya's statements. The trial continues to draw national attention as it approaches the 11th anniversary of the Meyiwa's death. With all of the news recap, let us know what you think by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. So, as you know, that we're still continuing with what we have right here on our beautiful Monday morning. And of course, at 8:30, we are going to be in a conversation and connecting with Usizakele Mbosha, who is a visionary co-founder and a chairperson of the Saint Mboshane Foundation, a registered non-profit organization committed to uplifting communities through education, empowerment, and compassionate outreach. With a deep-rooted belief in the power of collective action, Sizakele has helped to shape the foundation into a dynamic force for change, bridging gaps in access, opportunity, and dignity. Under her leadership, the foundation has launched a range of initiatives focused on youth development, food security, and social support, with a strong emphasis on township communities. From school uniform drives to mentorship programs and wellness campaigns, Sizakele's work reflects a hands-on approach and a heart for service. The foundation growing digital presence, especially through its Facebook page, the St. Mboshane Foundation NPO, has become a vibrant space for storytelling, mobilizing support, and celebrating everyday heroes. Sizakele's ability to connect with people across generation and backgrounds has made her a respected figure in the non-profit sector and a trusted voice in the community development. Whether she is coordinating outreach efforts, mentoring young leaders, or advocating for sustainable partnerships, Sizakele Mbosha leads with integrity, empathy, and unwavering commitment to building more inclusive South Africa. She is going to be in online with us, talking everything, being a mover and a shaker. And as we know that each and every Monday we highlight those people so that we know what we are working on across and of course ahead of our week. Right, so I hope that you are ready for that conversation, because a lot is going to be unpacked, and I know that organizations like these, they need support from communities. Right, anything that you have, you can donate to the organization so that they can also be encouraged to keep on going. It's rare to have NPOs like these in our communities, so we really encourage people to come forward and give what they can and the best that they can do, so that these organizations can, keep on running for the next generation to come. Hashtag Vooka Break for sure is a hashtag to use. And you know that there are things that we always celebrate. And as we were talking about resolving and having resolutions, right, for the new year. The right time for the new year resolution. And I think there's ties with one of the national days that we are celebrating for today's day, which is the World Science Day for Peace and Development. Right? We all strive for peace in our lives. We all strive for development each and every time we want to resolve something. Right? What is the science behind that? What is the development behind what you are working on? Because trust me, science explores problems and challenges in so many ways, hypothetical ways. They evaluate and come up with solutions to say, okay, let's try this. If it's not working out, let's try another formula. So today it's World Science Day for Peace and Development. World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated every year on November 10th, which is today. And you're asking yourself, what is it that is highlighting? Because we've all heard of science, but what kind of science? Because there is different kinds of science and science fields that are out there, right? So this day, of course, highlights the vital roles of science in building a more peaceful and sustainable, informed society. And I hope wherever you are trying by all means to make research about the science. Because remember, we don't only have the science, the natural sciences, we have the life sciences. And I think that is the one that should intrigue most of us, to say, okay, how do I navigate life sciences? How do I know what is behind life sciences, right? Life sciences has so many branches that you will be interested in. Some of the subjects and subtopics that you can get by just going through the research and finding out more about what the science has to bring. I know a lot of us avoided science in school because we wanted better grades and better marks, but I know that we have lost in good and great education that today you can be using. But time is still there. We can go through some of the science field on what they have to offer. What is science? What kind of branches does science have? Because it has a lot of branches out there, but the most important one, man, is life sciences and physical science. Great subjects that you can go through.
So there's also quantum sciences,
yeah,
right, where they study atoms or particles down to the molecular structure, down to the very smallest atoms. And because it's so small, the sciences, they behave a little bit differently compared to the physical or biology and so on.
Yeah.
So when you observe an experiment, it changes. When you don't observe it, it behaves a certain way. So this is what the whole quantum field is studying at the moment, which for me personally, I think it's quite interesting. The other thing before I hand over to you is that I think that the spiritual world is also scientific. And I say this because you would have probably heard debates about religion versus science or creation versus science. And it makes it seem like it's two different camps. But at the end of the day, it's just one thing. So, for example, there's the whole, I call it scientific in quotation marks, about how to manifest something into reality, where there is a scientific or proven method of how you can take something from the spiritual and then collapse it. When I say collapse, I mean in the spiritual, it exists as a light. Right? And then when you collapse it, it then takes on its physical state. That also is scientific.
True.
Because if you follow the same formula, you will get the same results. The same way you can be taught that if you were to take a conductor and then apply some form of electricity, you can get a current flowing through that piece of wire that everyone can do. Because with the scientific method, we know that it first starts by observation. It then goes through to questioning what you've just observed. And then it goes to creating a hypothesis where you're like, okay, I think from what I've observed, so. And what I've just mentioned about the spiritual being scientific, I've basically come to the stage where it is now a hypothesis. from a hypothesis, I need to experiment that if I want to move something from the spiritual down to the physical, then how can I do this? So I'm going to go through the spiritual, the experiment, and then once I've concluded it, then I can say, guys, try 1, 2, and 3, and if you get the same results, it means that it's also a scientific method.
Yeah.
Just one last thing. So here's an experiment, Mo. There's a guy, bad guy, ne?
Yeah.
He was convicted and he was on death row. So one of the scientists thought, Tuguti, rather than putting this guy on the chair and electrocuting him to death, how about we run an experiment? So what they did was they blindfolded him, and then they were going to drain his blood. I know it sounds gruesome, but yeah, that was the whole experiment. Tuguti, let's drain his blood. So what they did, they blindfolded him, and then on his wrist, one of them or both of them, I'm not sure, they made a small cut.
Okay.
Right, so that he can bleed to death.
Yeah.
So he felt the pain. He felt that to Kebang Siga, they're cutting my wrist. And then he didn't know that they had put just next to him a bucket of water, more like a drip that basically drips down. But then they were playing with his auditory senses. So they made a small incisional cut, but then he wasn't really bleeding, but he felt it.
Yeah.
But what he was hearing is a liquid
like
drop.
Okay.
Whatever, drops
Yeah.
per second, right? So what happened is he's not bleeding.
Yeah.
He's not. But in a few hours, he was pale.
Really?
Yeah, he became pale. A day or two later, or 3 days later, he died. Thinking Guti, his blood is being drained.
is being drained.
But it wasn't being drained.
Sheesh. So
So scientifically, the brain. This is an experiment.
Yeah.
Remember, it's
Yeah.
an experiment where whatever scientist had an observation that look, I think the brain can create, deceive, can do everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the observation, and then he then had a question: is there a way for me to test this thing? Which then leads to the hypothesis.
Yeah.
Now, not in the most ethical ways, but he then got someone who's on death row. We're going to kill it, drain this guy. I think drain.
Yeah. Ooh.
And the situation that the brain created in this guy's mind is that right. So he turned pale, and a few days later he died. So it goes to show, Uguti, your mind, and I'm talking scientifically because it's a scientific way of saying, if you don't see light or an outcome, trust me, your brain will create the reality that it thinks, that it perceives. So he knows Bonnie a border, and he died.
Yeah.
And he died.
Yeah, that is very interesting because I think by just loving the field of psychology, on TikTok, I always get these videos, one person will just come and say, let me teach you something that I have been taught in psychology, for 6 months or whatever years that they have been in the field, right? And they speak about how you create your own reality, because we were sitting down with Osvaldo here, exploring the DiMartini method, how it can also help you to determine between what is a traumatic experience, And now this lady spoke about your brain, will conform to what you tell it, its reality, because we are designed to challenge death. Like, there are people who do crazy things out there, say, yo, what is this person doing? Uzo fawen, right? But now in their brain, it's just an activity that I can just do, right? But now if you do an activity, for example, you ride a skateboard, you fall, and then if that moment you say this is a dangerous thing to do, your brain will always remind you to say, skateboard, hey, it's danger, don't, right? With that,
obviously the events will follow afterwards. Let's let's say you tried one more time, but your brain still says this is a dangerous activity.
Yeah.
You will see that you think and perceive. So we keep hearing these phrases, Uguti, what the mind can perceive, the mind can achieve. But the same is true as well, that you are your thoughts in a way.
Yeah.
So if you're talking health, health of the brain or health of the mind is also health of the body, because if you are mentally healthy, then it will also translate.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that as much as we were talking about life sciences and physical sciences, I'm also saying that, look, there's also other sciences that are
beyond.
Because also the thing with science is that, can you demonstrate and can you repeat the experiment over and over again?
Yeah.
If you can, then that should qualify as a scientific method.
Yeah.
So if we were to get, I'm sure, abantu that are trained like in the military, or whenever you watch these movies, these Russian co-ops that are trained, they know, because I was watching this movie, Tom Cruise, The Last Reckoning.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
I mean, there's where he says, look, it's just pain. Telling the girl, no, don't worry, because they were captured.
Yeah.
It's just pain.
Yeah.
So you can see with them, man, this guy mentally, he's trained.
Yeah.
This is just pain. But if it were you,
and
I'm hiding under a basement.
Yo.
Just he's in the basement, you know.
Because the response of pain to me, it's different.
It's different.
Right?
It's different. So as much as there's other sciences, I'm more fascinated about the unseen or the psychological sciences. And I still say, I don't see why we're debating religion or spirituality as if there's a scientific method. Ngapa there isn't, because they think religion is more belief than anything else. But I'm seeing, Manut, no, there's a way. It's also a way. It's a scientific method of, if you do 1, 2, and 3, this is what you get. In my opinion, it's even more real than the physical. Because this one, the spiritual or the unseen, gives birth to the seen. The guy that was on death row, in his mind, he saw death.
Exactly.
And guess what we saw afterwards? We saw him with eyes dying, he's pale. But it started where? In his mind.
In his mind.
Yeah.
Very interesting, man, because World Science Day for Peace and Development, it also takes me back, because there is a book that I read, Science versus Spirituality, right? So the whole book was a debate between a physician, Leonard Mlindo, and a spiritual guru, Deepak Chopra, right? So I think, I wrote down some notes, right? Some of the interesting things that I just wanted to explore. It was on the 17th of May, 2022. So I just want to read 5, because I think I've collected more than 40, right? So I'm just going to read.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, so on the ones that I have written, the first one, it says, every day more evidence emerges to support the idea that mental experiences like beauty, love, hope, and pain are produced by the physical brain, right? In which is something that we have just spoken about right now. So another one from the book, it says, when it comes to sensations, emotions, and the ultimate question of consciousness, science still can't explain the connection between a neural pattern and the mind, right? And the other one says, the difference between physical substance and mental substance is the brain is a physical structure, a machine, but the mind, which is our thoughts and consciousness, was something altogether different, which did not operate according to the laws of physics. This whole idea is called the mind-body dualism, right? And the last one, even today, it is difficult to maintain the distinction between an immaterial mind and a material brain, right? So there is a lot.
Of which the scientific community, for things that they cannot explain, they will use terms like dark matter. In other words, abazi.
They don't know.
But then it's something that they can see, it's happening. But in terms of coming up with a physical explanation, they can't. So they'll rather coin it as dark matter. Because asazi.
So also on the 1 year sound, ne? So they say surgeons can cause a patient to hear identifiable sounds like a doorbell or a chipping of bed when there are no such sounds in the vicinity, to suddenly recall an event from childhood, or to feel urges such as the desire to move an arm or a leg. So they can do that. Like they can cause you to hear like a doorbell sound. They can cause you to hear the vicinity, the sounds of the vicinity. Because if you are someone, maybe you're trying to recall something, and your mind, your brain is giving you troubles into remembering where you are. So certain surgeons can do that, whereby you are hearing a doorbell without, the doorbell being there, right? And I didn't just go into how they could do it, but they can make you feel the urges, like the desire to move your arm or leg. Like in your mind, they can make you feel the desire to move your arm or your leg.
So it means that control of your body comes not only from your brain, but then there's also a higher being or a transcendent being that's able to control these things. Hence, even in the Matrix, this guy got his steak in there. It's like, I know I'm eating it, because remember, this guy is sitting in a portal somewhere. He's eating a steak. It's like, I know it's not real, but if the brain says it's real, if the brain says it's real, if I say I love you, there's nothing you can do to change that. Right. So I love these sciences. Physical, sure, fair. I love them, but the ones that are not seen, those are the ones I gravitate towards.
Very interesting. Right. So on this day, the World Science Day for Peace and Development, established by UNESCO in 2001, the day promotes public awareness of scientific advances and encourage inclusive dialogue between scientists and communities. Right. It underscores how science contributes to solving global challenges from climate change to health crisis, while advocating for equitable access to scientific knowledge. The observance also honors the responsibility of scientists to use their work ethically and for the benefit of humanity. Right? If you know any scientist, teacher in your community, in your street, maybe you can go to him or go to her, ask some questions to say, okay, I don't have any idea about science. Where can I start? And how do I start to participate in the global challenges? How do I start to see some of the problems that we have? Most of us, we don't know what is climate change, what is, global issues and global challenges.
The ozone.
You understand?
Well, no one's talking about it. Guys, you said Kunembo. What is this hole?
They can't explain where's the hole. Like where? In Brazil?
Do you know the placebo effect? Ne? Where I give you a pill. Right? You drink the pill, 5 minutes, so grand. But again, an experiment was done. Instead of a pill, I gave you a sweet that looks like a pill. And then you had the same effect where your headache was cured. It just goes to show, guys, Uguti, it's not the pill that's doing the magic here.
It's doing the magic, right?
It's your brain that's doing the magic.
I mean,
your brain.
You can be convinced, it's okay for you to go to maybe writing an exam, or maybe going to play a sport wherever. And then someone says, they pour water into a little bottle and say, this is the magical juice. It's a magical juice. Can't it's just pure water. Then you drink the water, and then when you perform like, wow, man, I need that juice again. Can't you know? It was all natural.
I mean, even the guys, when we were watching soccer that other Sunday, the guys that were just working the field. One should be careful of those guys, rather than them working the grass and all of that. But figure out easy into love. So I'm saying, and I mean this in a polite way. Can't we get someone for the World Cup that's coming next year? The strongest of the strongest. ukuthi asebenze into zakhe so that we go and win the World Cup.
As simple as that.
Simple as that.
Because this is the biggest, and when you win that kind of, a competition, you are recognized globally. Why are we doing these in Jela? You just want to win the Makufe Cup, a wooden trophy. So
but lower rugby,
he's working, and we're watching the game, man.
He or she,
yeah, Saturday, it was Saturday, 10 o'clock, France against Springboks. Oh man, because like when you're watching it, you're like, okay, this sports, guys, is very intense. The way it's so physical, and the tactical ability also, how they can also optimize themselves in the field. It's shocking. It's shocking, right? For us, we will believe, or it's voodoo, it's magician, umuti. I mean, into zakwa zahambi kahle because of umuti bakufakele wona. But you might find out, Uguti, it's just in your mind, right? It's a trick that has been just put in your mind. But if you're someone who loves science, what kind of field of science do you love, and how would you like to explore that field? Because today it's World Science Day for Peace and Development. Come in and hop on in the comment section and let us know what do you like about science, and are you someone who really likes science, or you're like, I'm not interested in science at all because it gave me traumatic experiences while I was in school. Trust me, it's different when you're an adult, because now some of your life challenges, you can use some of these formulas given by, science. Each and every time there is an experiment that is being done, and according to science is one of the common words that we always hear when we go through our social media pages. So just hop on there. Tell me if you are someone who is in the field of loving science as a whole. Right, 3 minutes past 9, it is the time. And of course, when we started, there is an interesting conversation that we wanted to also invite you to come and discuss with us, which is the future of work, 9 to 5. Right? It's 9 o'clock right now. For some people, it's time. It has begun. It's time to work. It's time to do what you do on a daily basis, which is working for yourself, working for your family, contributing to the economy, paying your bills, paying your dues, right? So we want to talk about the future of work, which is 9 to 5. Right now, I think the burning questions is it working out? And if it's not working out, what is changing? And who is left out in this whole 9 to 5, right? This is a discussion that we're going to have right now, but it's very important, just to build some context around it so that you guys can let us know what you think, right? So one line framing, the 9 to 5 is starting to evolve right now. And it's not disappearing. Routine, location, bound roles persist, while many knowledge and digital jobs shift to hybrid, and they're starting to become flexible or output-based models. So some of the facts say remote and hybrid work surged after COVID and remain common in the white collar sector. Employers increasingly measure outcomes over hours. Many report equal or higher productivity with hybrid setups. So right now, South Africa is facing what we call digital divide and high unemployment. So flexible work mainly benefit formerly employed urban knowledge workers. Frontline shifts and service roles still require fixed hours. Inequality and connectivity gaps risk leaving many people behind. So short taking points. So right now the question, as I asked, is what is changing, right? If you're someone who is realizing you have been inside 9 to 5 and you have been outside of 9 to 5, just to get to the whole spectrum of how does it look and how does it feel, right? Do you think you can survive outside of a 9 to 5 as someone who is used to a 9 to 5, or you can't at all? You depend on a 9 to 5 to get most of your things to be done. I mean, we have spoken about how young people, how other people out there, they're getting means of income. Because look, if you say 62.5% of the youth is unemployed, what about those who are, having who are doing informal trading? What about who have the small businesses that are not formally registered? It's a business, it's a company that's running. That young person is making over 20,000, right, every month. What about them? And let us say, what about a 20%? Maybe it's 20%, 40%, or 50% of the young people who are working. You see now that these numbers are trying to somehow, make people realize that there are no jobs in South Africa. Trust me, if there were no jobs, we were going to see the level of poverty on another scale, right? Because poverty means that people don't have anything at all. We can't stream. We don't have cell phones. We can't, give this to you right there at home, right? So it's those kind of things when you compare what is poverty, what is unemployment compared to other countries, and how 9 to 5 is coming in to solve some of those problems, because there are people who are living paycheck to paycheck. There's someone who is getting paid on the 25th. On the 2nd, the money is gone. Or even on the 28th, the money is gone. So for them, a 9 to 5, is it a model? Because cultures like having a second, stream of income, they are not, encouraged in most communities, not only communities, but black communities. So technology and AI are shifting work from time-based to outcomes-based models. So the people who are gaining are the workers with digital skills, because they are flexible, right? And they are less commuting and access to wider job market. So if you're someone who is, working and you have the digital skills, you have the skills to work digitally from wherever you are, remotely, right? You are commuting lessly, and most of the things, they are just getting done from wherever you are. I know not sometimes, but right now you're thinking of having a second job. And now having a second job, or maybe changing the job that you're currently in, it leads you to coming up with a plan of how do I learn a new skill? Where do I start? And how do I use my existing job to balance and to fuel the money to start and building up the skills that I need, right? So access to wider job markets, if you are someone who is digitally flexible, it's going to work out for you. We have had people coming out and saying, guys, there are jobs online that you can work. Just by being home, you can earn 200 euros, you can earn $200, right? And that's how you get to make most of your money, just by being at home. Digitally, what are the skills that you need? Because there are courses that are being offered out there to learn a job digitally. It's simple now because everything is being transitioned and it's evolving to digital, right? Companies need assistance from people while they are at home. They don't need you to come in for an interview. They don't need you anymore to, apply for a job. As much as you are home, they're like, okay, you are so-and-so. There is an opening job, position for someone out there. Just apply. You can do it at home. And then after, you cannot, you cannot, fabricate the job that you're doing, because it's digitally. They can track if you are doing the right things, right? So another question is, who is being left out? Because most people, yes, they are in the 9 to 5 job market. They are working, and for most, it's working out well. But there are people that we know that it's not working out for them, and they're still looking out for plans to say, you know what, I need a plan to work out what is going on right now. Especially with the amount of money that I'm getting, my salary is not living up to the expenses that I always have in my mind. So the question will be, who is left out? Those without reliable broadband, private workspaces, or formal contracts, as they remain tied to the fixed shift. Because also there's also employer opportunities, which is lower real estate costs, the wider talent pools, and the potential productivity gains weight managed very well. So when we're looking at this whole thing, the future of work, which is 9 to 5, where is it heading? Is it heading where it needs to be?
So, in my opinion, as someone who has benefited from the shift,
Yeah.
I've worked from home for multiple companies, where some of them were hybrid, but I remember with Amazon specifically, it was a work from home. They did the whole thing in terms of delivering a computer along with a UPS, just so that one doesn't run out of electricity during the stages of load shedding back in the days.
Yeah.
So I was working from home, but I was servicing customers in the US. So my time was that in the evening because it was daylight for them. And then even with other types of jobs, the ones that I created for myself, I mean, I was still working from home where I was doing design work for other companies, but I was working from home. So yes, it does benefit certain individuals. And I think the ones that do have tech skills or office-bound jobs where you need to sit on a desk, it will benefit those kinds of individuals. But if you're a person that, mhlambe, your type of skill is more like hard labor, like cleaning up the streets of Joburg, you can't do that from home. You have to go into the field and do those kinds of jobs. Now, it depends. I'm not saying some jobs are better than others, but there are some jobs that are considered high value compared to others. That's hence where, even when paying or salaries, that's where you get to see the differences between the two.
Yeah.
So the ones that will continue to do a 9 to 5, in my opinion, are the ones that are doing things like retail, like even if someone orders online, but they have to, for some reason, have a driver to deliver that, right? So that's still like a 9 to 5. But I do think, in my opinion, that flexible hours, that is something that might change moving into the future. Yeah. Where you don't have to do a 9 to 5, but you'll still be required to be there physically. Yeah. So that's what I think.
Yeah. Very interesting. Just hop on right there in the comment section, because we know that many of us are a working class and we work a 9 to 5. I know that, of course, man, I can't be asking someone who is, just started their shift right now, because the time is 13 minutes past 9. We are discussing if 9 to 5 jobs or the 9 to 5 structure, is it a dead structure, the system that has been put out there? Because most people out there, yes, they are working that dream job, but do you feel like starting from 9 to 5 fulfills that dream job of yours? Because I believe that something that is your dream is something that you would like to spend most of your days doing, not starting from 9 to 5. Maybe someone will like to spend 2 hours because they feel like, okay, I feel like I'm spending more time on something that I should be spending less time on. And now that bleeds and overlaps to you wasting most of your time. There are a lot of implications and there are a lot of gaps, because when it comes to these digital, jobs that people are still getting, what are the policies around them? Because each and every country has, the policy gaps, because there's labor rules, how labor should go by and how we can navigate and maneuver through those rules. Things like your gig protection and remote work standards, they need updating to protect the rights and the fairness. Right? It's the system that we're talking about to say, okay, yes, we know from back in the days, when it was still that proper industrialization, people went to farms, people went to factories to go work. There was less of a technology, but nowadays we are seeing more of technology. Right now, instead of coming here, I can host a show while I'm at home, right? It's possible. It's very much possible. Whoever wants to be a presenter, wherever they are from, they can be a presenter from, just being remotely. You can apply for the job right now, and, you get the job and then you start working just by being and having those digital skills to search for jobs in different places. But right now, what I'm going to do right now, because we're still discussing this, for you, do you think 9 to 5 is still dead? For you, do you think 9 to 5 is still working for most people out there? And if you are a 9 to 5, how is it working out for you? Do you have a dream outside of your 9 to 5? Or is that 9 to 5 a way of you fulfilling the dream of yours? Talk to us, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Or you can send a voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Let me take a short break, and then when we come back, we continue with this conversation.
Trauma with a prima donna, gasping when she see the commas, laughing to conceal the monsters. I feel like Kanye when he lost his Donda. When my father left me, you were there to heal the pain I conquered. I never pay you back for what that meant to me. Some scars just fade physically, but never leave mentally. It's where people spiritually connected turn to enemies, and memories turn to villain origin accessories. And I'm the bad guy yet again. Spent so much time trying to find who the victim is. It's probably both of us, but neither one is giving in. So here we go again, throwing punches at each other's ribs. Gunshots sting like a buckshot. The pain hits deep, it's like my heart becomes a blood clot. Love dots, you're unblocked. Just to get this message, hope you get it on your bus stop. And then the bus crash, your true intentions unmasked. This should have been a fairy tale ending, but you uncast. I know it hurts bad, but you know you deserve that. We'll never have the life we once had. Hey. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Hey.
Of course, the conversation still continues. As before the break, we asked that is a 9 to 5 model dying? Right? Well, I gave you some time to process and digest the question, to come back with your answers. Some voice notes, they came through. This one is from Osvaldo, and he believes that 9 to 5, he believes in a 9 to 5, but perhaps not office bound, right? So let us hear what he had to say.
Hello. So that's actually a brilliant question. I believe that the future of work will be more of a creative side, where more and more people are going to be called upon to become polymaths, meaning we're going to have to be people that are able to integrate different subjects and mold them and integrate them and be more creative with different subjects. For example, you're going to get people who are philosophy minded in business that are able to just integrate different subjects like your business, your accounting, your financials, your psychology, and as well as other subjects that we don't know. I think that will be the future of work. The future of work would be more of an integrated individual, the person who's able to be creative and put different ideas and different ways of thinking into one. There is the 9 to 5 way of working dead. I don't think so. I believe that you still will have a majority of people who do work a 9 to 5. I mean, a 9 to 5 not necessarily being in the office. 9 to 5 could also mean remotely working remotely. I do believe that the 9 to 5 is still alive and well. I don't think it will change anytime soon. I mean, without a 9 to 5, businesses will collapse. So there's still going to be companies that need people to work a 9 to 5.
Without a 9 to 5, there are companies that will collapse, and it's something that we're talking about. Thank you so much for that, Osvaldo. Something that we're talking about, that there is a system that a lot of people fit in, right? And it doesn't mean that if this system is not working out for me, it's not working out for the next person, right? So there are companies who still rely on 9 to 5, and that model, if it dies, how are we going to vision what the future is going to be looking like? Imagine now transports, no one is commuting to work anymore. Buses, they're parked in their depots. Taxis are parked in the taxi rank. Private cars, like transport, trains are not moving anymore. Like, we just need to envision that. Hence, he mentioned that moving on, we are going to become, we are moving in the state of becoming polyamorous, if I'm not mistaken, whereby people are going to be called in, to share their ideas, especially in the philosophical world, right? Just come, share your idea. Let us know how we can use this different structure, right? It's changing. The models are becoming more dynamic right now. That's why we have creatives. Creatives do not thrive inside a 9 to 5. Creatives want to work from this hour, I don't know, until, if you are putting them in a box to say your work starts at 9 and your work ends at 5, for them it works out because they have the mindset. They have the creative mindset to go through that. But with someone, it works perfectly. I mean, I'm fine. I'm doing okay with the job that I'm at, because there are people who will make you feel like, a 9 to 5 job is not for you. It's not really something that I would opt for. They make you feel bad with the job that you have. And for you, it's working out. There's no problem. They're forcing you to see a problem in something that does not have any problems at all.
I sometimes envy people that have a 9 to 5. Like, more especially if I have to do work, let's say on a weekend. And there are individuals that their jobs can only be performed if they are on location. You cannot do the job. Like, for example, let's just say I'm in the steel manufacturing business. So I'm at the firm and I'm working. So every weekend, I can't do anything else except enjoy my weekend, because I can only do or perform my duties if I am present.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with this whole remote working is that anytime is tea time.
Yeah.
2 o'clock you're busy in report. It has its benefits, because when it's raining, I don't have to travel.
Yeah.
But the other downfall is that I don't have any limitations or time restricted segments where I can do work or to unplug.
Yeah.
So there's benefits for both.
Yeah. Yeah. And then another voice note came through from Monica. She believes that 9 to 5 started dying during COVID-19. And she also believes that retail will still hold the 9 to 5 space, because there should be, people who assist people who walk into the store. right? We know that if we all buy clothes, if we buy groceries online, there is going to be much traffic online. Sometimes the systems, they can go offline. So many things can happen. But if you know that you walk into the store, you know that there is someone who is going to help you buy your stuff and then go home. But with that being said, she also sent a voice note. Let's hear what she had to say.
That depends. In my opinion, I believe in 8 to 5. I think slowly, yeah, but because since COVID, people started working from home. So I think they are looking for home-based jobs. They are trying to avoid traffic. They are starting their own businesses, so they are doing self-employment, hustling to try and get away from the 9 to 5. I think 9 to 5 is still here, but it is slowly dying. About the 9 to 5, they'll always be there because retail space is still operating in a face-to-face. Though we online, there's still customer service at Jinagalayo. There's still shops that people need to physically go to. So because of those shops, in 9 to 5, it's retail. Because of that face-to-face service, it's always going to be there. I believe it's always going to be there. Yeah. So in 9 to 5, and even if it's an online job, driver yafuneka. Funeka driver ezo deliver leyo parcel. Leyo driver leyo must work 8 to 5 to deliver the online order. So 8 to 5, for that reason, it will stay. But me personally, in 9 to 5, I'm trying to find ways to get away from them permanently. To do something virtual, remote, where I don't have to be in any physical space, like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So, for slowly, but it won't die completely. That's my answer.
Yeah. I mean, I think we do share the same sentiments, that it is dying, but it won't completely die. I think how we are now trying to reform and reshape our definition of what a 9 to 5 is. People are they're starting to think outside of a 9 to 5, which is starting to think outside of the box now, to say, okay, I'm passionate about this job, but I feel like it's limiting me. I would like to do more, right? If you are satisfied with what you are getting, then it's totally fine. But most people, they argue that it's boxing me. My ideas, they can be applied beyond 9 o'clock. They can be applied beyond 5 o'clock when I knock off, because there's a psychological effect of knock off, which is leave everything, vala ma computer, siyophuza utshwala, or vala ma computer, we are going to have fun. But imagine if you are someone who just worked. Anytime wherever you are remotely, you just get the time you work, and the work that you do progresses very well, and then your day goes on normally, right? So it won't die completely out, because we still need the physical stores whereby we can walk in and interact with the cashiers, because we know that it's a natural thing. Even retail stores, they know about the psychology of a human being, that how important it is for someone to walk out of the house and go to a store and face a real human being and talk to a real human being to say, I've been looking to talk to someone for the whole day, right? And then they speak to cashiers. That's why these cashiers and these companies need to teach cashiers about just customer relationship. But while we're still on that, there are practical tips for workers and for employers. For workers, they say learn digital learning. They're all about learning and communication skills, setting clear deliverables when negotiating flexible right? Practical tips for the employers is to write the clear hybrid policies, to train managers to lead remotely, and invest in employee connectivity and the upskilling, right? It won't change because data and employer plans show persistent appetite for hybrid where feasible. Closing sound bite. Expect some of the different models right there, because some workplace they keep their structured hours, others move flexible, and in South Africa priority is closing the digital gap and updating protections so flexibility benefits everyone that is of course into the 9 to 5, right? If you have sentiments that you want to share with us, you can just hop on right there on the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Let us know, is the 9 to 5 model dying? And if it's not dying, why do you think it's not dying? And how is it working out for you right now? Because Monica was like, she is working through to a point whereby she will be totally out of the 9 to 5 model. And for her, it's her plan because it's not working out for her. It will help you to get through where you need to go into your life. But is it really helping you to achieve your goals? Not only goals, but sustainable goals for bridging the gaps in access. Right, so talk to us. You can also send your voice note on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. And as of course promised, that we're going to be in conversation with Osizakele Mbosha, who is a visionary co-founder and chairperson of the Saint Mboshane Foundation, a registered non-profit organization committed to uplifting communities through education, empowerment, and compassionate outreach. With a deep-rooted belief in the power of collective action, Sizakele has helped shape the foundation into a dynamic force for change, bridging gaps in access, opportunity, and dignity. Under her leadership, the foundation has launched a range of initiatives focused on youth development, food security, social support with a strong emphasis on township communities, from school uniform drives to mentorship programs and wellness campaigns. Sizakele's work reflects a hand-on approach and a heart for service. The foundation's growing digital presence, especially through its Facebook page, the Saint Mboshane Foundation NPO, has become a vibrant space for storytelling, mobilizing support, and celebrating everyday heroes. Sizakele's ability to connect with people across generation and backgrounds has made her a respected figure in the non-profit sector and a trusted voice in community development. Whether she's coordinating outreach efforts, mentoring young leaders, or advocating for sustainable partnerships, Sizakele Mbosha leads with integrity, empathy, and an unwavering commitment to building a more inclusive South Africa. So we will be in conversation with her shortly. And with that being said, if you want to ask any questions, you can come through, of course, by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or you can send a voice note to 060-493-3226, or you can call us and talk to her live, right? Before, of course, I hop on into the conversation with her, Zinzi sent through a voice note. So with that being said, let me quickly play a voice note before going into a conversation with Miss Sizakele. So let us hear what Zinzi had to say.
Good morning for the breakfast show. Just to share my sentiments regarding the topic about the 9 to 5 and being a hybrid worker or just working from home or virtually. I believe in both segments there are pros and cons, right? Like what Mr. B mentioned, that sometimes being a person that works office-based or that has to be at your work of your place of work and weekends you're not working, you get that time off and relaxation. The same way, I guess, even if you are working from home at times, you have the freedom and luxury of doing certain things that you want to do, provided that there is discipline and you are able to, plan your time, accordingly. Because just to share on my side, right? So I am a hybrid worker, but most of the time I'm working from home. In 2023, I remember I also done a side hustle, which was from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which was Mr. D, So in as much as the 9 to 5 won't die or end just like that, because these people who are ordering food online, of which they need drivers like us, or when it was with the time I was a driver and I had to deliver. So I guess everything does have pros and cons. It just depends which one you choose and are you satisfied or not. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Z, for sharing your sentiment with us. Right? And it goes back to say it won't completely die. Right? I mean, there is ways for you if you are outside of a 9 to 5 spectrum. I mean, it's an idea that is dying. For someone who is inside, it's not dying. There's so many things, benefiting factors that keeping, because Osvaldo and Monica, they mentioned important things that, we are going to need people who are working in. We are going to need people who are working in certain factories, working in, certain companies, because we need that physical contact with people to say, this is what you need to do. Drivers out there, they still need to be in the 9 to 5 spectrum, into the 9 to 5 timeline, right? So there are a whole lot of things. We can discuss. But with that being said, as mentioned, that Miss Sizagele, she is going to be with us online, the co-founder, chairperson of Mboshane Foundation. So I'm just going to ask if you can hear me, my good ma'am. Good morning, and how are you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. I am very good, and we are happy to hear from you. We've been waiting to connect and engage with you. So. Right now, people are listening, of course, to the conversation we're about to have. So can you just give us a brief introduction of what you really do?
Okay, good morning. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for having me for this invite. It actually shows that our work isn't going unnoticed. Um, I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. My name is Sizagele Mboshane. I was actually born in Mpumalanga, endaweni kuthiwa kusemganduzweni, but I was bred here in the heart of Katlin home. So basically, just to give you a bit of background, how we started or where we come from. Shuguti, growing up, I grew up endlini lana. Ngikhula umama esiza abantu ngimbona. I can pretty much remember isikhathi lapho we stayed up besizwa la endlini. So me personally, being also a spiritual person, I connect with how my grandmother social stories about how umkhulu grew up doing pretty much the same thing. I don't know, there's a sound in the background.
How about now?
Yeah, better now. So I hear the stories my grandmother shares about umkhulu wami that has passed, how he was also assisting abantu emphakathini, how their house was shared. Kuhlala kugcwele abantu, umkhulu abesiza as far as getting them employment, as well as ebesiza ngokudla and stuff. So fast forward 2022, we got a trampoline and an overground pool with the intention to start a business. So we would have kids come in, they would play from as little as 1 rand to 5 rand. So we noticed abantwana that are coming in numbers, and we notice others are just to watch others bengenamali, to play. So then we see, which no, yeah, there could be a problem. So I remember this one time, Saba Pegela, these kids ate. After eating, they washed our plates without any instruction. So this thing really touched me at heart. ngiyakhumbula ngihlala with my family and we decided, guys, how about we do something, because this really could be also a spiritual hint to say we need to continue, where umkhulu wami left off, So we decided, let us formalize it because we can't do it from our own pockets. Let's formalize this and try to get help from somewhere. I remember it was during, it was actually near end 2022. I remember sending out a few letters. Because it was already late, I thought, no, maybe I might not get positive responses. But, they responded and the responses were positive. And then we started working right from there. So STM Boshane is actually my late grandfather's name. So we named the organization in his honor. And I'm sure wherever he is, he's really happy and smiling and he's rooting for us to go because, I mean, look, we're here now.
Yeah, yeah, and it has been a quiet journey, and to someone who is listening right now, I know that they are getting the whole gist of how the organization itself has started. But before I continue, can I ask if is it possible for you to turn on your cam?
Oh my God. Try that.
And you can let us know if you're having challenges so that we can assist. Okay, you can see it's loading right there. Okay, I think while you're still, fixing your cam, we will continue and you will work on it. So, as you have, mentioned that grandfather, played a very huge role in where the organization is, and it also working out in the community. How the young ones have also responded. You guys have been doing things. So, can you talk about, the main goals and the focus area of your NPO?
Okay, so when we started, obviously the aim was to alleviate hunger because we started right there with our soup kitchen. But then as we keep going, we realized that there's quite a lot of challenges or rather needs that needs to be addressed. That is when we introduce programs that are going to instill confidence and education, in these young kids. We also thought that it would really be important that we also empower future leaders through training and youth programs. That is when we started partnering up with other bodies or other organizations that can assist us towards achieving these goals.
Very interesting, very interesting. And now let's talk about some of the challenges, because I know that you also share the same story with the other NPOs that are there, whereby there are challenges that you face, in which the community comes with, and ways of mitigating. But before we speak about the ways of mitigating those challenges, can you tell us about what are those challenges that you face each and every day in your community?
Obviously, the biggest challenge, I think also it goes national, it's unemployment. So, when the unemployment rate is really high, you encounter challenges such as your crime. You've got youth that is not disciplined, youth that has nothing to do, they just loiter in the streets, really. That is what actually also pushes them to drugs, We've got youth that is untrained, youth that lacks proper or information, So those are some of the challenges that we have, particularly in the community that we are in.
Very interesting. Very interesting because I think right now the main issue in our country is, the high unemployment rate, in which these young people they resort to doing bad things like crime and smoking drugs. It's when your organization, try to step in and try to alleviate some of those problems. And I think to someone who's listening, they would command and say you are doing a great work out there, because it actually takes a lot, to deal with people from different backgrounds, right? But we see that the work that you are doing is a very good work. So now let's talk about the community work, because it always, often takes a good teamwork, to bring good results and to see those results working out so that they can be implemented in certain frameworks to know that for this year, this is a problem that we're working with, and this is how we are going to tackle the program. So who are some of the partners, volunteers, or sponsors that help you make your work possible in your community?
We really are appreciative and grateful, and we understand that we are really nothing without our volunteers or the organizations or companies that are sponsoring towards our programs. So we've got quite a number of volunteers. We have actually a WhatsApp group wherein whenever there's anything going on, we go into it and we know our people are there. So we are very grateful for that, even though I'm not going to mention them one by one, but there's quite a number of them. So we've had quite a number also of sponsorships. I'll just mention a few that I can remember from the top of my head. We've had Hungry Lion. Hungry Lion has sponsored most of our programs. If you can see there on our Facebook page, we've had Boxer Stores sponsored towards our soup kitchen. We've had Willy, it's that company that manufactures those Willy suitcases that are mostly used by those private school learners. You see those ones. So we've had a couple of them donated for our learners in the townships. So we've had McDonald's, we've had Imanzini Staffing, we had ANC Literally House donate about 30 chairs towards our center program. We have a continued partnership with the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, where we are continuously assisting them whenever they've got public meetings. There's quite a number. We've got individuals really that are continuing, randomly to sponsor us mandatory. So yeah, it's really been, it's been a journey. But I'm not gonna lie, we do have people that are supporting us without really expecting anything in return.
Yeah, and I hope that those people may continue to do the wonderful job that they're doing for the community, because it'll also encourage others to join in and push this movement forward, so that our communities they can tackle these problems together, right? Because right now, for someone who is watching and listening right now, and to someone who is going to watch and listen later, how can they get involved or support your mission, even in small ways?
Okay, thank you for that question. There's actually a lot of ways in which we appreciate for people to get involved towards our programs. Obviously, the first thing being just volunteering your time. I always advocate for young people to say, don't just sit at home and cry unemployment while you are doing nothing. Because when you give your time just volunteering, towards good deeds within your community, that assists you, with your CV, So if you are going to get employed, you get your job as you go. So also people can visit us at our home base center. We are based at 189 Sali section in Katlehong. They can call us on 072 807 1909. They can email us on stmboshanefoundation@gmail.com. They can like or share our social media page on Facebook, ST Mboshane Foundation. They can also monetary donate to us. It can really be any amount. It makes a huge difference. So temporarily, we've got an account that we're using at Time Bank. And the account number is 5300 166 1873.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. We will make sure that we write it down for some people who want, to give out or to donate to your organization, right? So before we let you go, now looking ahead, to of course the future on what the organization itself is planning to do, the development and the goals that it has. Talk to us. What are your dreams or goals for the next few years, of your NPO's journey?
Thank you for that. We are actually, at the moment, we are working towards establishing our own center because we are still home-based. So we still struggle a lot with things like storage. Whenever we have donations, people bring to us clothes, food. So we have a problem because we don't have a space to keep those things. So we are working towards that program, and we have also sent out a few letters to relevant bodies so that they can assist us for us to eventually get our own space. So at the moment, that's what we are working towards. We are only hoping for the best because once we can have our own center, a lot can just happen there because we are also hoping that with children, because what we figured out, we have a lot of children that are staying, for example, they are staying in rented areas. You find that umntwana uhlala in one room, ne? So it's difficult for those kids to study there. You're showing this tiny place with everyone that's there. So once we have a center there, now these kids can just walk just a distance where they can come and do their homeworks, study, and just go back home.
Yeah, very interesting, and we hope that will work out the way that you guys need it, and of course the support that you need. And this platform, we hope that when somebody comes across this conversation, they will extend their hand and help out to achieve and help you with the goals that you guys are working on, right? So if people want to follow you on social media platforms just to see the work that you guys are doing, where can they find you?
Yes, we are on Facebook, just Facebook only, but we will soon go to the other spaces as well. So we are at ST Mboshane Foundation NPO. Yeah. They can just search us there, like our page, and just share.
With that being said, thank you so much for taking this time to be with us, and it was really an honor to be in conversation with you.
Thank you so much. I struggled to open my cam. I've been trying. I would have also loved to show my face.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, have a wonderful day ahead of you, and we hope to be in conversation next time, this time around, or maybe next year if there is any progress from your side.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. There you have it right there, Vooka Nation. Masizakele Mbosha, who is a visionary co-founder and a chairperson of the Saint Mboshane Foundation, a registered non-profit organization committed to uplifting communities through education, empowerment, and compassionate outreach. If you want to extend, of course, your hand and donate to the foundation, because we have been seeing their work on Facebook. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful and outstanding work with people, who are giving themselves to volunteer and help these kids out there who are in need. With that being said, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, there's just a little bit more that we need to unpack before we just end this beautiful morning of ours. With that, please do not switch the dial. music is what we promised to give you on this beautiful Monday. I know we don't need to rush, we just need to keep it cool, keep it chilled. Because yes, there are a lot of things that took place on the weekend that we are from. So of course I would like to match your mood into going in and oozing in to the week ahead of us. I know that there is so much in store. Festive is creeping in, and I see with some other people behavior in terms of how they're spending their finances, the money that they are getting. Guys, come on, man. I think you just need to be sensitive with how you spend your money. Yes, we understand festive comes with this mode that you can quickly turn on, right? Some of you are even wearing different clothes that you saved for all the year, just to show them that, you know what, guys, I am tired. Trust me, if you are that person, you will compromise yourself, and it's not nice to be compromised by doing things that you think they are good for you, right? You just need to be aware of the people that you surround yourself. Be aware of the things that you do for people that you don't even know. Right, so on this beautiful Monday, hope that you guys had a very great time, and of course an exciting times ahead are just coming. That is what I can promise you. It was a show full of great things. We opened up, we unpacked some of the things that needed to be unpacked, and of course the conversation does not only stop here, it continues to our social media platforms. Let us know what you think. Follow us, press the subscription button so that whenever we go live, you will be notified that your favorite breakfast show is live and is about to bring the magic right to you, into your screens and right into your ears. Closing it off, we are closing it with celebrations. What kind of celebration I'm speaking about? Those are the celebration that includes people. Yes, we are celebrating Indlovukazi yethu, which is Otisi Wamazibugo. Once again, a very huge happy birthday shout out to her. Hope that she is going to enjoy her day, and she told us her plans. She is going to be in Sandton with some friends, just enjoying, because it's very good to be with friends in your birthday. I know that it takes a lot. It takes a lot for you to plan your birthday. When you want a birthday, Grace Mondlana. You are not Grace. I mean, Grace did a year-end party, right, which looked beautiful. I know for people who follow, social media, they will know who is Grace Mondlana. She is a social media influencer, right? And if now you are more like me, you cannot do huge and big parties like Grace Mondlana. They are social media influencers. We need to know how to differentiate some other things in our lives, right? Whereby some other things and some other celebration are only meant for certain people. You can't match their energy, you can't match their level. And I'm not saying it's impossible, you can, but for you to do it, it really doesn't, fit into the box, right, of you becoming yourself. I mean, being a social media influencer takes a lot, and being a social media influencer means that everything that you are doing to appease people. Trust me, they will lie to you and tell you that being a social media influencer doesn't include you making people or doing things for people. No, guys, being a social media influencer means you have to do things for people, right? The year-end function for Grace Mondlana was big, was huge, and a lot of people enjoyed as other social media influencers came in to enjoy, and it was like this has been a good year for social media influencers. Now they are planning on another year, because you might think there's still time. For other people, when you look at the timeline, when you look at the structure that they have put out themselves, they expect to put in the work from January up until maybe June to September. Then they can start looking at how do they recalibrate, how do they now reinforce new ways into doing their job, right? But you still have the time. You still have the time to take, the mini that you have, the little that you have, and put up some plans, because New Year resolution, that time is coming. Family gatherings, uncles, aunts, all of those people, we're going to meet them in December, have time with them, and I mean, imagine you wanted to have a resolution. You had your resolution in January to say, you know what, I want to be with my family. The next thing, you only meet them on January. Make a means of seeing your family every month, right? Spend time with your family, enjoy their company, and you know that a lot will come just being with your family, which is happiness, peace, and certain aspects and places in your life will start to grow. All right, as mentioned, that I'm going to close it on a very high note, which is celebrating birthdays. Who are we celebrating today? And are these people the people that you have idealized or know or enjoyed seeing in your screen? And speaking of enjoying, this guy right here, who I'm about to talk about, is a guy that I enjoy watching playing soccer, right? He's a very good midfielder, man. And he plays for Real Madrid. And of course, he is a France, player also. When the call-up comes, Eduardo Camavinga is the first player to be called to the national squad call-up, right? So Eduardo Camavinga is celebrating his birthday. He was born on this day, 2002, 10 November. He's a very, on the nail, not on the nail, but Kili 2K, right? So Camavinga was born on this day, and if you watch soccer, you would understand that this guy is very good. He can, play soccer. He's very good when it comes to playing the midfield, right? So in terms of his age, he is turning 23 years of age, right? 23 years old, right? And then his rise to fame, of course, right now, he is a professional footballer who plays as a midfield or left back for La Liga club Real Madrid, right? So he's someone who can play two positions and he's good at them, which is left back and midfield. But we know his strongest he is when he's playing in the midfield. So interesting fact about him is he is born in Angola. He plays for the France national team, and it's something that people have always said, that most France national players were not born in France, right? And in 2016, 2018, 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, I mean, people came in and they were like, guys, France didn't win the World Cup. Africa won the World Cup, because most of the nationals there are players who were born in Africa by origin, right? So Eduardo Camavinga, he's a France national, plays for France national team, helps them to win trophies, but originally he was born in Angola. Yes, I know most people will say, come back to Angola and help your national team, your original national team, to win the FIFA World Cup. I mean, resources, guys. I mean, where other nations are in terms of resources, in terms of getting them where they want to be, it's something that you can weigh and say, okay, development, how's the grassroots of soccer in France? I mean, France has a good grassroots development. Angola still trying, but eventually they will get there, because
it's not comparable.
Yeah, it's not.
It's definitely not.
It's not.
Was it last week when we were talking about Ronaldo having his own medical team? So even the time it takes for a player to recover from an injury, it's not the same.
It is.
It's not the same, because in other countries, including Angola, they bandage you and that's it. Shank bandage.
And water.
Yeah.
Put water, you are a man, my friend.
So
soldier on.
So there are differences.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Very interesting. And I know that there are a lot of people who always vouch for these African players to come back and play for their, African team. I think it's Mbappe, if I'm not mistaken. Mbappe is from Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken, right? I am not clearly sure, but his country of origin is between Cameroon, Ivory Coast. Yeah. If you're watching right now and right, the origins of Kylian Mbappe, you can let me know. I mean, imagine the whole Kylian Mbappe now leaving Real Madrid, not leaving Real Madrid, but going back to his country of origin, which is not sure. But I remember, when it was mentioned on social media that Kylian Mbappe himself, he is not originally from France, right? There are a lot of players. Bongolo Kante, some of them came back, there was Senegalese nationals and things like that. Today, these players, they're able to go back to their original national team if they're not picked, right, from their national teams. Because I think it's Nketiah, right? Nketiah plays for Newcastle right now. Nketiah also was not called up from the from England national squad. And that forced him to now reconsider going back to the country of his origin, which is Ghana, right? And the Ghana Football Association, they're like, we will welcome you with warm hands because this is your country. This is where your parents were born. It's a pity you grew up in England. You played for the national squad, but now it's fine. You can come back. But now they're like, why is he coming back now? Because 21st of December, we have AFCON. And AFCON is going to start. That means they just want to have the international recognition. They know that a lot of people in December will be glued into the screen watching AFCON. Hence, they decide to say, let me go back to my country of origin. But yeah, it's very interesting things that we see right there in the football and the sports stuff. I hope that we're going to have some time and discuss more of them. But we are celebrating Eduardo Camavinga's birthday. He is turning 23 years of age. And then lastly, we have the man that most of you have seen on your screens and have enjoyed him just by watching him on your screens. It's Tracy Morgan, right? Tracy Morgan, I knew him just by watching a lot of movies. He has been, in a lot of movies, especially comedy movies, right? The first one being Little Man. The second one, which one is Tracy Morgan in? But I think it had to do with the family, and things like that. But yeah, and Little Man, Tracy Morgan, he was a part of the movie. He was casted for the movie. So Tracy was born in 1968 on this day, and he is turning 57 years old, celebrating him. Happy birthday to Tracy Morgan. So he is an American stand-up comedian and actor. He was a cast member of the NBC sketch comedy television series Saturday Night Live from 1996 to 2003 and played Tracy Jordan in the NBC sitcom 30 Rock from 2006 to 2013, each of which earned him a Primetime Emmy Award nomination. So Tracy right now, in terms of where he is in his life, 57 years of age. He is married to Megan Oliver, right? And I don't know if it was last year, but I remember when news came that Tracy was involved in an accident, but no harm, was done to him. So I'm still glad that we still have the legend with us and looking forward to his work, man. 57 years in Hollywood, it's like we are 29 years, right? You can still work. We still have, people like Morgan Freeman, still, in our screens. I don't know what age is he? 89, 90 years or 100 years? How old is Morgan Freeman, right? As old as he is, he's still, pushes towards, making great movies and things like that.
It's just 2 years away from
100.
No, 90.
Oh.
He's currently 88 years old.
88 years old.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's God Almighty for you.
Yeah, he is indeed a legend. And that's for now, we can just call him our Mandela because, in a few, movies portraying Nelson Mandela, he will be the first man, to be casted. So looking into Tracy Morgan, of course, interesting fact about him is he starred as Trey Barker in the TBS comedy The Last OG. So for everyone out there who is growing up and celebrating their birthday, we would like to celebrate it with you. We would like to say enjoy your day and may it be blissful as you want it to be. And then as the Vooka Breakfast Show would like to say...
Birthday! Woohoo! Yeah! Hip hip! Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Yeah, man. A happy birthday to
TC shares a
everyone.
birthday with Tracy.
TC shares a birthday with Tracy Morgan, man. Very interesting.
Kamavinga.
Yeah, and Eduardo Camavinga. So if you still have time right now and you are seeing me talking about celebrating birthdays, you can just hop on in the comment section and give a shout out to anyone that you know that is growing up, or anyone that you would like to give a shout out to on today's day. Who is it that you would like to give a shout out to? Before, of course, closing it off, Paseka Sonamzi came through and said, I almost read my face, saying Kuvuki land, Kuvukiwe apa. Everything is nice, man. We're kickstarting our beautiful Monday, and I hope that you guys are feeling good. You are looking forward to the week ahead of you, because Monday comes with Monday blues, but right here we get rid of the Monday blues. We give you the high energetic start to your day. Alex Nikani coming through and saying Sizakele Mboshane Kawekazi was live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much. She was, and we enjoyed connecting with her with the NPO, man. NPO is doing beautiful things, and I hope that people can hop on into the movement and support, because we know that our communities are facing a very huge problem when it comes to the young ones resorting to crime and drugs. Right? If you see a young person hungry and seeking for assistance, please just give them the assistance that they need, even if the little that you have. Maybe go home, give them something to eat, and follow up in terms of where do they stay and how did they get to where they are. And then you will get to send them to NPOs like this. And the more these NPOs get recognized, they will get the funding that they need, and kids will get the shelter that they need. So a very huge shout out to Sizakele Mboshane Foundation. May their work continue, and may God bless them, man, with the hands that they have. Right? 15 minutes past 10. It is the time, and I think that is where we are about to say goodbye to you and enjoy the rest of your day. Right? Conversations always continue from our social media platforms. We have Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. If you're watching right now, first time watcher, please press the subscription button and the notification button, so that tomorrow, same time, same place, whenever we go live, speaking everything finance, because Tutu Zedikoeta will be here and will be joining us, of course, talking everything finances. Right? I'm just letting you know so that you can go and do your research in terms of where do you need to be in terms of financial planning and your financial goals. Remember that we are festive is now creeping in, and a lot of us need advices in terms of what we need to do with our money. We know there's Black Friday. We know that kids need clothes for Christmas, right? There is plans for that. Ways, safer and healthier ways to save your money. So tomorrow, please, if you are someone who is financial sensitive, please come and watch the show, because it is going to be interesting on some of the things that we're going to be discussing. Right? Tuesdays are for finance. Tuesdays are not only for finance but for wellness. Right? So come in, same time, same place. Can't wait to be with you. Yep.
And after that, it's back to school. It's back to school. So
yes.
Before we spend a young game, let's consider just after New Year's, it's back to school.
Exactly. Understand? So those are the things that we're going to be touching on tomorrow, same time, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And can't wait to be in conversation with him, and also can't wait to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Let me stop talking, because I know I have been talking too much. And it has been nice. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us. Really appreciate you for showing the love. Please continue to show the love, because this is the movement that we are trying to build right here in the heart of Soweto. Right? We are going to be as big as we are, and continue, to move people out there, and include people in the movement, so that they can also help you and me to transform and evolve some of the ideas, not only ideas but great ideas that we have. With that being said, thank you so much once again. My name is Moketi Maimane, aka maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Generator. Sayonara. See you. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. I love you.
break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, 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 finally. I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind.